put sentences, and it'll just keep building. Because I think they did some new updates too on anti-gravity 2 side, because people were
Uh-huh.
complaining like, man, it's going out fast, it's going out fast. And they did some new updates. Well, now, shoot, like, yeah, you get more work out of the tokens. You know what I'm saying? You're not running out so fast.
Yeah, that was another issue I had with Manus. Like that was my allure to Manus because you could just tell it whatever and it just do it. You know what I mean? You have a whole web or half a website. You know what I mean? Like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
but it's just
yeah,
like the token usage is unpredictable. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it
Like
is.
you don't know
Yeah,
how to like leverage it for real, for real.
yeah. Yeah, anti-gravity would be better in whatever the Pompeii or something like that. Yeah, them two right there. Yeah, they
Pompeii.
tough. Pompeii,
Yeah,
yeah,
Pompeii,
they,
that's for businesses and things of that nature. So here's some artwork stills for Rich Uncle that I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna play the song in a minute. Shout out to the YouTube audience. We live on YouTube. Give a shout out, y'all, to your YouTube cousins, our KTLians, on this beautiful Saturn Day live family. We decided to open up our live session. We do this every day. Our vibe coding live Saturn Day sessions. We do this with our Imaginarium and our Patreon family. So we open it up for everyone to participate. You know, we want our network to benefit off of what we got to offer, and we want y'all to see magic being done in real time. So good afternoon, happy Saturday, welcome everyone. Everybody on the Zoom, y'all could unmute your mics and give everybody a shout out. They not used to hearing the voices
Welcome
of
to
the
the
people in the
party.
audience.
Yeah, this is where it's at, live and direct from the mothership.
welcome to the hub, the
Hi, everybody.
Imaginarium.
Yeah, peace,
Hope
family.
all's well.
Y'all in the right place. Y'all in the place to be right now. So check us out.
Fact.
Welcome.
Yes,
I
y'all at
shade to the
home.
family.
Go on, show 'em Rich Uncle real quick, Red.
Oh yeah. So y'all have come in at a great time. We making history,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do a live. You'll see in real time what it looks like to cook up. You know, you'll be able to see in real time what it looks like to create using the new tools of AI. And I am creating a bop. I'm creating a video for a bop. This bop was already created. A client of mine, they sent me the song yesterday, and they hired me to make the video for them. And after I heard the song, I was honored. I'm like, this is a layup. And I said, I even had the idea. I was like, I want to do this in front of the family. I don't want to build this one in the dark, you know what I mean, in my lab and whatnot. I want to build out in public. So we're gonna build this music video out. We'll show you how that's done. And it's called Rich Auntie. And yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's Rich Auntie and Rich Uncle. Tonight we doing Rich Uncle. Tomorrow we're gonna get to Rich Auntie and whatnot. We're gonna let that breathe, you know. So this is our main guy, you know what I mean? He's living the life. He's doing World Series of Poker, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Him and his crew, early crypto investments, let's just say that. Early crypto investments. He was in GitHub getting money early in the game. You know what I'm talking about? IPO licks and all of that. Some of his brethren and whatnot was early investors in a Facebook IPO. So they live in the life their rich uncle's supposed to live. So that's the celebration for the rich uncles. Um, cause I know that's a thing. You know what I'm talking about? We've heard that that's a thing. So they say life gets better after 50, and we're gonna celebrate that. You know, so that's what we're doing. My dude is in the gym with the Benetton. Oh no, he Benetton. You know, we bringing back the terry cloth Benetton. You know what I'm talking about? So the power of GPT-2, and I'm showing off in a way. I'm just showing everybody what could be done with with some of these tools and whatnot. This could be you, as you could do this as well. This is none of what you're seeing is out of the reach of the everyday creator, the everyday visionary, what I would call the digital artist. Um, let's do a poll for everybody that's in the Zoom, right? We all familiar with like Photoshop, right? Everybody went to graphic designers before. Hey guys, can you make a flyer for me? Hey guys, can you make a banner for me? Hey guys, can you make a business card? Like they have something called print shops, and the print shops use something called Photoshop. And what Photoshop would do is it would help enhance the process of creating either a flyer or a poster. And basically, to be honest with you, that was the AI of that day. Because it wasn't doing what the traditional artist on 42nd Street was doing, you know? Photoshop was enhancing the overall pipeline of how to take an idea and turn it into something. So basically, what took place is this is a new form of Photoshop. You know, this is just a new enhanced Photoshop, and it's called AI. So ideas now that you have in your mind, if you know how to describe it, then you could create it. That's the only barrier is description. If you have a vivid imagination and you're real big on detail, man, you could be the best digital artist on the scene right now, because that's all it takes is detail. This is manifestation. This is not art or the traditional form of art. This is manifestation. You feel me? I manifested this through my ideas and through lyrics. I took some of the lyrics of the song and I'm just manifesting these visuals, right? This is unprecedented because of the value proposition that this represents. What do I mean? What I mean is just a few years ago to get an output like this of this type of quality, the amount of money you wasn't going to skip around spending a certain amount of money. You just couldn't haphazardly pull up Photoshop and start creating things like this. You know, you couldn't throw $20 at somebody and create something like this. They were not making things like this for a dub. It's 100 and up. If you went on Fiverr, you was gonna pay top dollar for something like this. Now you have the opportunity to create something like this for $0. Okay, spend the money that you was gonna spend on the design on the marketing. Don't penny pinch. Don't try to get over on yourself. No, you keep the budget. You just repurpose the budget. Blow this up and make this thing big. Like you know what I mean? Put this shit like how the street teams used to have the rappers on the posters. Man, I blow this thing up and I would make this thing a big ass poster. I make this a banner. You know, I put my logo on it and I will go hard. You'd be surprised what AI artwork does outside of sitting on your computer screen. When it's tangible, like when it's in your hand, like making a book, making a real comic book. F that. Tabletop coffee book, a graphic novel with a hardcover, a magazine like heavy metal magazine back in the days, or any of the magazines that we used to buy out of Forbidden Planet. We used to go to Forbidden Planet in like the early 90s and they would sell books from Japan for about $100. Facts. You could do that now. Unc living his life. Unc putting on for the unks who couldn't put on. You feel me? They living it up. Rich uncle. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, with the Nike stocks. So we tell stories that need to be told. We create worlds that we don't want to speculate, oh, does this world exist? It not only doesn't exist, not only does it exist, but every day new worlds like this are existing. So we're world building, ladies and gentlemen, manifesting. The new word that I use is manifest, but it's spelled manna, MANNA, fest, FEST, because theoretically speaking, this is a manifestation. Shit falling from the sky every day. Can't make no sense out of it. It don't make no sense. It's too much. It's to the point where it's too much. It's no mas, no mas. Just slow down. That's how much stuff is manifesting. If somebody were to write down all of the things that they prayed about, all of the things that they was in the mirror manifesting and whatnot, all of the things that they were doing a yoni steam and trying to create, I could point you in the direction where that thing has manifested and landed. You just didn't get the notification. I literally could take you on multiple sites and show you where your manifestation came true. But the only thing is it's in the form of a tool and whatnot. But the good part about it is that it's a no code tool. The easiest damn thing that you probably could use in your life. If you know how to use Siri, then your ass knows how to use the tools. You know what I'm saying? So manifestation is taking place. The longer we don't know about it, the more messed up that's gonna be. The longer we don't know about it, the more money that we lose every day. You see the cross referencing? Yeah. Yeah, so rich uncle, you know what I'm talking about? We're gonna come up with like 3 or 4 more depictions of him living a good life. I'm even taking requests out this biatch. We're gonna open up the line and we're gonna open up the chat. We'll do it in real time where it's like, yo, give me some prompts for rich uncle. Even if you write it out in the chat, I'll be able to copy it and bring it to the GPT too, and we could see it in real time how easy or how doable, not easy because nothing is easy in this process. It's just a process. I said it before. It's if you ever made a song in the studio, if you ever made a beat in the studio, if you ever laid down some stuff in the studio, then this is the same thing about making it. This is the same process that you make a song with. You lay the vocals down, you lay the ad libs down, you double the verse and whatnot, then you mix it down, then you master it, right? That's like 5 layers or 5 stacks, right? That's like 5 stacks. And when you layer those 5 stacks together, then you're gonna have a masterpiece. This is just one stack of the layer. The image is static, it's not even moving and whatnot. One stack. It's a good stack, but it's just one stack. We got to put sound to this. We got to make this thing move and whatnot. We got to put a little bit of sound effects on their asses. Then we got to put some music behind it. Then you talking about now you talking about film. Now you dealing with film. So, but this is where you start. You got to make sure the image at least looks good. So it looks good. It passes the test. You know what I mean? It initially looks like it's going to it looks like it's giving what it's supposed to give, right? So you create the character, then you create the jingle, then you create the story behind him. Yeah, that's a Cane Corso. Then you create the story behind him. You put your character in the winning position, like Spin City said. You have to embellish. That's what the Jews did. I don't want to. That's where you know what I mean? That's what them people did. They embellish. We need more embellishment because, to be honest with you, the opposite of embellishment has been taking place out there in the rap world, in damn Hollywood, on 50 Cent's underneath 50 Cent's watch and whatnot. All of these debates type of underneath Mona Scott and the woman that made Bridgerton. I want to do the Moorish Bridgerton. Rhonda Shimes, the girl that did Chicago, Leela Waithe. What's her name? Lena Waithe. Yeah, yeah. All of y'all is our yeah, yeah, yeah. Go to Tulum. You know what I'm talking about? Take a vacation type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's our turn. All of them work with the juice boxes. They can't sit with us. They all had the opportunity to give us something positive. The most they gave us was sorry to bother you. No disrespect, but we good. I'm not sitting around waiting for no damn person from Hollywood to say that my shit is hot or to agree with me or to throw some fucking peanuts. They don't even got no bread. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna make more with one movie than probably all of their salaries combined. Dead ass. The only thing missing was us being in control of the most important thing, and that is our story. That's what made rap music a billion-dollar industry, not hip hop. It made rap, it was the fucking stories. We got a story to tell like Biggie. But because they put everybody's mind on stupor and whatnot, because they put everybody's mind in the gutter, because they had us basically in poverty consciousness, we ain't have no time to think about nothing. There was 100,000 rap videos that looked the same. And it wasn't about no rich uncles. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't highlighting the rich fucking uncles, my nigga. The uncle was a crackhead. They didn't let their uncles get rich. The uncle was that nigga on whatchamacallit, on Paid in Full. Scary looking dude. Kermit, was that his name? You know? They had us chasing the Benjamins. It's all right to make it rain around sexy ladies and whatnot. It's okay. It's okay to show them love, you know? But you don't want to waste no bread on nothing frivolous. You want things that appreciate, you know? So rich uncle got a mean card game. You know what I'm talking about? He go and clean up. He could do that with his eyes closed. It's nothing. He never even lost a hand. He's that nice. Swimming with the dolphins. And then, rich uncle just falls back and on Sundays, instead of doing Shabbat Shalom, you know what I'm talking about? On Sundays, they go to the ocean water and they get it in with Oshun. Rich uncle is a babalao. You know what I'm talking about? Rich uncle, you know what I mean? Rich uncle is him. Yeah, Yemeya, I mean. Yeah, rich uncle is Obatala out this bitch. You know? And he's taking care of the ladies. Look how happy they look. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, that's how you do it. Let's go to the bag is calling. Got rich uncle and you got rich cuzzo. Oh yeah, rich aunts is gonna rich aunts gonna go crazy. Yeah, this is just the hors d'oeuvres. Trust me. This is really just the hors d'oeuvres. God damn it, rich aunties going crazy. You know I gotta save the best for last. Okay, sunset. Got the dinner with the ladies. Are you crazy? All right, I'm gonna start generating this one. Then we're gonna go into CapCut, and we gotta start the process of making this thing happen. Yeah, dig. All right, boom.
Yeah.
Share the screen. We inside the CapCut. CapCut. Let me share that. This thing going. So here we are inside of CapCut, ladies and gentlemen, to begin the process of the editing. which is the most important part. All right. So give me 1 minute. Let me line up these slides and then we'll go into some things. Oh, hell no.
Hey Red, how you doing? Quick
I'm
question:
good.
how did you import the images so fast in this?
I just highlighted all of them at once.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then downloaded them.
Okay, and then it just does it all like that, like okay.
I had them all on my desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So when I opened up CapCut, I just clicked on I add media, and then I
Mm-hmm.
highlighted everything and basically just clicked into it. It does like batch uploads. It's
Ah,
real good with batch uploads. It'll get things uploaded quickly. So while I was generating this video, I was able to just open it, highlight everything, and upload it. That's why in this game, ladies and gentlemen, a folder is your friend. A
okay.
folder is your friend, especially in this new era of agentic AI. They work out of your folder. They need somewhere to go because they're not, they're not thinking how you think. You might be able to think through chaos and whatnot. They need more of a direction. So if you point into a folder, it'll go in the folder and it will take out what it needs to take out and whatnot. This video that I'm doing, this is not gonna be the indoor because it has watermarks on it.
Mm,
So I'm gonna do a mock video today. This is not gonna be the finished version because to be honest with you, I didn't even upskill a lot of this footage. But I'm gonna give us we all gonna have an idea how we gonna put this thing together.
right.
You know?
Yeah, I have to say the last session that you did with it that helped me a lot because I literally made my other videos right after that, and I just said applied what you told us or taught us, so that was really cool. Thank you.
Right, no doubt. Do you have something you're gonna be showing us tonight?
Well, you went live, so I wasn't really ready to present it like that. Like everything's trademarked and copywritten and all that, but I don't know if I was ready to like put it out there like that right
Okay.
now. I don't know. Like I'm not sure.
I know you still cooking.
Yeah, yeah. I have like I had a little thing that I put together, but I don't know if I want to show everything right now because I'm like trying to contemplate
Nah,
it right
it's
now.
all good. It's all good. Whenever
Yeah,
you
because
ready,
I
you
have all
let
the
me
other
know.
stuff in place, but I do actually have another question. I'm looking actually for an illustrator. I have a job for somebody out there. So
Okay.
yeah, so if you, I need help with that.
Um, yeah, just give me the details about what the job is, and I'll be able
Okay.
to tell you who I
Yeah, I might
have.
need one or two, and yeah, and it's a paying gig. Um, yeah, definitely need that.
Okay. That probably could be the first job for our agency.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's make that happen. So now turn the volume all the way up. That's the first thing you do with these songs. Make sure that you're getting the vocals. So this little thing that I'm doing where I'm cutting little pieces and whatnot, it has like an effect when it plays. It's like it's the slit effect. It's gonna give it like a kind of a motion. You'll see it in the end. So like with these videos, you literally could basically every day, if you wanted to, every day you could add on to your faceless YouTube channel. You could add on a TikTok shop, or you could add on to Instagram, right? That seems that's a place where a lot of people are able to monetize and go viral and whatnot. In this situation, in particular, I'm speaking more so to people who want to go viral, who may have a product that you want to upsell and whatnot, who may have a all of those type of things. That's what I'm speaking to. Those are the people that I want to encourage to take advantage of all of these opportunities that await you. Okay. So I know a lot of the youth these days, their main thing when you ask them what do they want to do, their main thing is they want to make content. They want to either stream or they want to be a content creator. And I'm like, hey, uh, that's a great thing, especially for the children, the youth who could go viral easier than you could go viral. They could get monetized and they could become, um, they become like banks, you know. They like walking banks if you know what you're doing. So with that, um, when they start learning the AI, when they start learning how to automate, when they start learning how to take their images and whatnot and and monetize it, that's gonna be a game changer, you know. And then they can monetize without doing things that are risking their lives, like trolling and some of that other stuff. They don't got to go that route. They could be very creative and use their imagination and do things that haven't been done yet, like vibe coding, becoming a live streamer who vibe codes. None of the young kids did that yet. If I Show Speed became a vibe coder, it would break the internet. Now, there's little things that you can add to these, like sound effects and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna do all of that right now. I'm not gonna do the sound effects. Not to say that it doesn't need it, but it don't. This is a good enough template that we got going on right here. It's a lot of movement. Damn, Meta. I gotta run that through the AI so it could take off the watermark. There's ways to take off the watermarks too. You could go to what's that thing that we was using? Open what was that? Atlas Cloud. You could take it off in Atlas. Okay. Give it a little tag. Now there's another aspect that I'm gonna show you where the you're going to add the lyrics to the video. So that increases your chances of going viral because people are watching your videos at work. People are watching your videos on the train. Some people have on headphones, but they don't understand everything that you're saying. You got to remember, you got people taking in content from all around the world. So, your slang or your nuances or your accent, it might sound foreign to somebody. So, communication is the key when it comes to this stuff. You want to help people. You want to be as helpful as you can in the world of communication. You want it to come across as clear as possible what you're saying, why you're saying it, and all of that. And don't some and the anomaly, of course, is like shit. Mumble rappers be popping and they ain't saying you don't know what they saying. So there's an exception to the rule, right? But for the most part, you want to go ahead. That's why they have a lot of they do a lot of type, there's like text on the screen on a lot of videos that go viral. They initially have that text that's telling you what's about to happen or what somebody's about to say and stuff like that. So here's auto captions. It doesn't always pick up every single word, you know. Some videos you could get lucky, but some videos it don't pick up every single word, but it picks up enough to whereas you like, yeah, I'm going with that. You might have to do a little bit of editing and tweaking, but for the most part, let's see what it's giving us. All right, so what we're gonna do is click on the word, the text, then we're gonna go into templates, then we're gonna change the template a little bit. We could play with it to make it.
Pocket so full, and he needs a buckle. Pocket so full, and
So the mood of the video, right?
pocket so full, and he needs a
You want the
buckle.
prompt to fit the mood of the visuals.
Pocket so full, and he
'Cause
needs a
that could throw it
buckle.
off. You want it to
Pocket so
complement
full, and he needs a
and not
buckle.
necessarily go against it and not contrast it too much. Complement it. So a font is very important.
Pocket so full, and he needs a
You know,
buckle.
like these prompts right here
Pocket so full, and he
is gonna
needs a
take away
buckle.
from the ambiance of what I'm saying. Rich Uncle, those are like childish fonts. So it's gonna take away. It could add on,
And he needs a
but
buckle.
just the fonts alone speaks to the demographics that I'm talking to. So my demographics that I want to talk to in this video, those fonts are not for, that's not their font. I'm looking for like gold. I'm looking for like gold because the golden age, the rich uncle, like that's like golden age or silver, like a chrome or something, you know, something that's more opulent. I'm looking for opulence rather than going with the regular emojis and stuff like that. I'm gonna look for something that has a little bit of chrome in it. So let me see if I could get lucky. If not, we go basic.
Pocket so full, and he needs a buckle.
Now that right there is not bad. That font right there is not that bad. It's I could feel it. Um I could feel the complementations. It's coordinating. I could feel it coordinating with the footage. Uh-oh.
Pocket so full, and he needs a buckle.
Almost.
Pocket so full, and he needs a buckle.
I like this. Reddit.
Pocket so full, and he needs a buckle.
as you can see, it's a lot. There's a lot of options. It's the scroll is still going, right?
Pockets so full, and he needs a buckle.
Look at
Rich, Uncle Rich, Uncle Rich. Ain't doing no begging.
so, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me tweak a little bit before we play it. This next move that we do is called transitions, right? So transitions is basically when one clip ends and another one starts, right? That's called a transition. And a transition is gonna add all type of characteristics to your video, right? Transitions are very important. Transitions keep the pace of the video going. It keeps people's attention on the video going. So it's very important in the world of editing, because we're in the edit phase right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the edit phase. If you learn how to edit, not only do you save some money and whatnot, but you kind of put the power in your hand, because when you think about it, right? You the minute you capture some footage, you don't gotta wait like you don't gotta wait for nobody to edit your footage. You don't gotta be on nobody's beck and call. You don't have to be you don't have to succumb to somebody else's visions and whatnot. It could be about what your vision is, and then you be responsible for it because you're the editor. So you don't gotta worry about nobody interpreting what the hell you trying to say, because you'll be in control of your vision and your output. All right. So hopefully whatever's being said is gonna help somebody in the future, or whoever's listening to this, you know, because I know when it was time for me to learn about things like this, it was my foray into YouTube. You know what I mean? Me stumbling upon 1,000 hours or 10,000 videos and whatnot, taking notes, applying things that were being said, like really just going balls deep on this thing. So that's what it's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? And once you do it, you can't undo it. So that's the good thing about this. Once you get it, once you do it the first time, you won't be able to undo it. You're just gonna keep on doing it. Just think about this. This is only gonna get better from today. This is the worst that this is gonna look. You know? This is the worst that it's gonna look. It's always gonna get better than this. So time is on your side when it comes to this AI stuff. Time is on your side when it comes to how this stuff is gonna get better.
Hey, Red, another question. How do you
Yes.
know what's gonna happen with the transition? I see you selecting it, but it's coming up on the preview screen, but you're not really watching it through, right? You just know instinctively what to put
Yeah.
between
I can see it
slides.
off the
This,
first 2 seconds. I already know what it's gonna do. I've been doing
right,
it
so you
so
just
long.
instinctively know. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like when I go to the studio, I'll watch one
Mm-hmm.
of those producers just playing with the buttons,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, fam, what is he doing? And it's like, then he'll press play, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, yeah, so it's like a gift. I mean, I lucked into a lot of things like that too, but I literally like would go back and watch it and like, but I didn't really try the transitions, but I'm definitely gonna go back in and try some of this now. Thank you.
Yes. The
Yeah, I'm gonna try some.
transitions will change a lot in your final output.
Yeah, I didn't really get to do all of that, so I think I need
Yeah,
to go back in and
it's gonna give
polish
it
it.
that extra oomph.
Yeah, and then cut off the cutoffs and all that. Like I don't know how
Yep.
to cut the snippet. I was like, I don't even know how to do that, so I have to figure that part out too. Okay.
And then there's one more layer, and that's called body effects and video effects. Once we done with that, we got ourselves a music video. All right. Now the next one is called effects, right? So this gives things life. This gives everything character. This is going to be very important. It helps to is all of these are enhancers. They just helping things enhance to give it that look. So when it's playing and your eyes is attached to it and it has your and it's moving your eyes around and it has you kind of like going crazy, that's these effects. Now you become once you learn this stuff, you now become wise in the art of manipulating and mastering the images. Because remember, image, sound, you got image, you got sound, and you got video, moving image. That's the building blocks of Hollywood. If you really want to be serious about it, that's the building blocks of the movie industry. That's literally all they're doing. Starts there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Uncle, Uncle Rich, Uncle money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Uncle Rich, Uncle I get self full, and he needs a buckle. Rich ain't doing no begging. He gets out the muscle. Uncle Rich ain't out the slim and through the struggle. Trade lines to the max, he got proper goals, rich cheat codes, hella bank rolls, magnetic attraction everywhere he goes. So opportunities fall at his feet, doors open for him as he reads. His style and his swag is unique, creditable character respected in the streets, a man of his word. When he speaks, king on the throne, head of his home, securing every way imaginable. Sovereignty mindset, buying up the land for community assets, sowing seeds in the village, never selfish. Oh, that's all dependable. Uncle money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Uncle pockets so full, and he needs a buckle. Diamond out the rough, he giving angle. Dropping bags on non-profits. He's an angel. He writes the checks with no fear involved. Investments on investments on investments. Diamond shining right from his necklace. Need a hookup. He provides no reference. Passing out knowledge. He's never reckless. He gets it cause he earned it. Aligned his actions get this purpose. It moving his work to a service. Got intimidated by other status. Just inspired to attract it. Cars spread out. It's far from average. Remember this word, Bruce and Kofa, ancestors, give praise. Of course, who can stop him? Uncle Rich, Uncle Rich,
All right. I need some twerkers, but yeah, let's go. How y'all feeling? You said the video wasn't playing. Stop playing. Are you serious? Y'all didn't
No,
see that?
it didn't play. No.
Y'all supposed to stop me and not even let me go forward with that. God damn it. Huh?
I wasn't sure what was happening. I thought you were
Okay.
just about to expand it, or yeah.
Let me reshare it. Oh shit. Well, it's a bop. I could tell you that much. It's a boppington. Let's go.
Rich Uncle,
It's good.
Rich Uncle, Rich Uncle, Rich Uncle, Rich Uncle, money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Rich Uncle, pockets so full, and he needs a buckle. Rich Uncle, ain't doing no begging. He gets out the muscle. Rich, made out the slim. And through every struggle. Trade lines to the max, he got proper goals, rich cheat codes, hella bank rolls, magnetic attraction everywhere he goes. Opportunities fall at his feet, doors open for him as he greets. His style and his swag is unique, creditable character respected in the streets, a man of his word, nothing but power when he speaks. King on the throne, head of his home, securing every way imaginable. Sovereignty mindset, buying up the land for community assets, sowing seeds in the village, never selfish. One car, that's all dependable. Rich Uncle, money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Rich Uncle, pockets so full, and he needs a buckle. Rich Uncle, diamond out the rough, he giving angle. Rich Uncle, dropping bags on non-profits. he's an angel. He writes the checks with no fear involved. Investments on investments on investments. Diamond shining bright from his necklace. Need a hookup, he provides the reference. Passing out knowledge, he's never reckless. He gets it cause he earned it. Aligned his actions with his purpose. It proving his work through his service. Not intimidated by other status, just inspired to attract it. Cars spread out, his far from average. Remember this work through Sankofa. Ancestors give praise. Reports you can stop him. Rich, uncle rich, uncle rich, uncle rich, 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 uncle rich, uncle rich, uncle rich, uncle,
Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Toe Black to me. How y'all feeling that?
Love it. My husband was over there jamming to it.
Nah, this was a slide. Rich Uncle go
Yeah,
crazy.
we gotta play that one again. That's a bop. What? That's a bop. Let's go. Shout out to all my rich uncles. I did this for y'all, man. I did this for y'all.
rich uncle, uncle, rich, rich uncle, rich, rich uncle, rich uncle. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle. Money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle. Pockets so full, and he needs a buckle. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich. Ain't doing no begging. He gets out the muscle. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich. Made out the slim. And through every struggle. Trade lines to the max, he got proper goals. Rich cheat codes, hella bank rolls. Magnetic attraction everywhere he goes. Opportunities fall at his feet. Doors open for him as he greets. His style and his swag is unique. Creditable character respected in the streets. A man of his word, nothing but power when he speaks. King on the throne, head of his home. Secure in every way imaginable. Sovereignty mindset. Buying up the land for community assets. Sowing seeds in the village, never selfish. One car, that's all dependable. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle. Money overflowing from bags, he's unstoppable. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle. Pockets so full, and he needs a buckle. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle. Diamond out the rough. He giving angle. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich. Dropping bags on non-profits. He's an angel. He writes the checks with no fear involved. Investments on investments on investments. Diamond shining bright from his necklace. Need a hookup, he provides the reference. Passing out knowledge, he's never reckless. He gets it cause he earned it. Aligned his actions with his purpose. It proving his work through his service. Not intimidated by other status, just inspired to attract it. Cars spread out, his far from average. Remember this work through Sankofa. Ancestors give praise. Reports you can stop him. Rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich, 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 rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle, rich uncle.
Yo, nah, this shit too crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, no way.
that's lit. My client gonna be very satisfied with that one right there. Yes, sir. But yeah, y'all, that's literally how these videos are made. And to be honest with you, that's level one. We didn't go heavy on the lip syncing. It wasn't like, you could literally train, you could have the AI go from lyric to lyric, scene to scene, and match everything. But that's not what we did right there. This is more of a vignette type of thing. So yeah, rich uncles. Wait till you see rich aunties. We'll be doing that on tomorrow's final class, you know what I mean, for the Imaginarium. And I look forward to seeing a lot of y'all in the building. I will send out links, you know what I'm saying, for those who want the opportunity to be there tomorrow. You will have that opportunity because I do look forward to seeing you because, as you know, it's going to be a movie. I'm not going to just have a regular class. This is more of a celebration. This is more of a like a touchdown, you know what I mean? To basically get everybody, ready and acclimated for the next phase of the Imaginarium, which is, just becoming the new Spike Lees and the new John Singletons and the new quote unquote Gordon Parks, because that's what I'm looking for in the audience. That's what I'm looking for in the KTLians. Just even if you're not Gordon Parks, play the part of the person who was working with Gordon. Everybody don't gotta be Gordon, but Gordon had a team, you know. We need teams. Teams are more important than individuals, y'all. I promise you. I cannot do this by myself. I tried and I can't, you know. It's not possible. We cutting our nose off to spite our face by not forming Voltron and working as a collective. We are cutting our nose off to spite our face. We lose nothing by joining forces and, creating what is known as a workspace. You know what I'm talking about? And having some type of structure, having some type of checks and balances to make sure that everything is on an up and up, and then you'd be surprised what you could get what you could get done, especially now. This is not 5 years ago. This is not a year ago. This ain't even 6 months ago. Hit. Can you break down how different the world was just in like January before the rise of agentic AI, the MCP, the rush of the rise of the MCPs, the rise of the agents, CLIs, and I would say the APIs.
I would say the best way to really visualize just how much shit has changed, look at the KTL platform itself. Look at just how
Mm.
much technology Red himself has had to really leverage just since the top of the year, right? Look at how much more advanced his open clause setups are. I mean, we just saw the 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 report from the assessment and the way it comes back. Like, that takes time. These things take time to develop. So just the fact that you can take an assessment, email it, then in 5 minutes you're getting back that high level quality information, a plan that's based directly on you, what you're doing, and the work you've already put in inside of this course. That's how much this shit has changed. Red is showing you the future. One person is operating an entire agency. And again, to Red's point, we just now getting started. We just now really starting to figure out how to really leverage these AI systems and tools in real world business applications that allow us to do the real time magic that you're seeing. So if you want a direct look at just how much things have changed over the past 5 6 months, just look at Red and just how much the content has taken a shift, just how much the infrastructure has taken a shift over these past just over the past 3 months. Just over the
Mm.
past 3 months. We don't even got to go all the way back to January. Just look at Red over the past 3 months. And you'll see just how far this game is really going and just how much opportunity and blue ocean there is for all of you in any field, in any industry that you want to work in. You see what I'm saying? Red is showing us what new media looks like when it's applied and integrated with AI. I want y'all to show me what world y'all can build when you integrate the AI systems. It's going to be a whole day. I'm doing this Get Money project and I'm seeing a whole new world for myself as the GitHub repo for digital branding. Like, there's just so much more. You see what I'm saying? So I want y'all to just look at KTL, look at Techno Tuesdays. The fact that it's IRL now, you can pull up to a bowl at the end of every month, the last Tuesday of the month. Shit is changing. Where we're seeing the family wants more over the shoulder work because the tools are getting serious. Even
Right.
the non-technical person is having to bow their head and say, fuck, if I don't learn something about this at least, I don't know if I'm gonna survive. So that's the real change we can point to, and that's where I really want to get y'all minds focused on is look at the platform that you're already a part of. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't notice how fast you're going because you inside the car. You know what I'm saying? Just roll the window down and stick your hand outside real quick. And don't see if you don't notice the force of that air that's flowing by you. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have been accelerating very quickly to go from Gemini 3.1 at the top of the year. You see what I'm saying? Opus 4.7 at the top of the year. Now we got design. Now we got all of these 2.0 anti-gravity. Now we got just so many. We got spec kit, we got paperclip, we got open swarm, we got open clawed, we got,
Kimmy
jeez, this is
Claw,
so Kimmy Claw. You see what I'm
Manus
saying? Just
Claw.
Manus. Sea Dance came and just entirely changed. Yo, we just seen an entire Higgsfield movie get put together.
Whoa.
This wasn't really possible 6 months ago. Not to say that you couldn't get to it if you really worked hard, but now we're saying you can get to it and all you need to do is storyboard it properly.
Right. Like,
I can't if that don't convince you of the future that we're in again, you don't have to know the ins and outs of the entire movie making process. Can you storyboard? Can you walk yourself from scene to scene? Oh,
right.
GitHub
Look,
with Gizmo.
yeah, I changed it to the gizmo.
Nah, that's fire. Yeah, because we gonna be some gremlins in that repo, man.
Look, I'm gonna do the whole story about the gremlins in OpenAI. You know about that, right?
Nah,
They got
hold on. What you mean?
they got a whole gremlin problem at OpenAI.
Oh, this one we gotta
In
chop up.
Codex. Look, Codex to be exact. We
Hmm.
got to follow up on iOS anyway. The iOS
Oh, that's a
4.4 got to happen. Like the leaps and bounds that they took in that world when we started that conversation about the dead internet and about iOS AI as a weapon.
mm-hmm.
You want to talk
Oh,
about
that's that
where that what about where that has gone in 6 months? The leaps and bounds that's taken. It went from
family.
Gizmo to Stripe for real.
The Stripe for real, and word to
And then they
Stripe
got Stripe.
API.
Right.
Hey
Yeah, man.
yo, family.
Them
Last
people.
year, at the end of the year, we sat down and we did the primal ontological loop, and I let y'all on the inside of that branding architecture. And we talked
Yes,
about
we did.
ontology, the power of being and identity. What did Palantir drop this year? Data ontology. Now your business knows the nouns, verbs, and actions that defines its being. But the
Mm,
family over here at KTL already got put onto that very concept because I taught it to you myself.
mm,
I taught you how to build the ontology into the brand, how to see the brand as a state of being that you could define the same way data and code gets defined, so that way you could easily replicate your digital empire on any platform you wanted. That was the whole point of that shit. And then Palantir came out and said, "Oh yeah, we doing what HITSUYO do, but we charge niggas $50 million in engagement for it."
right. Because they literally took the they literally took your text. They probably notebook LM'd your
Notebook
video.
and let me and
Yep.
ran it up. I ain't
They
even
did.
mad at it because again, the philosophy of ontology was already there. To see it now applied to
The
enterprise
biggest
level data,
to the
to
biggest
see it
company in the
applied,
world.
biggest
Right.
company in the world. That we was just talking about Palantir's connection with all of these different autonomous weapon systems. We sat down and we broke down the history of the internet and the militarization origins of the internet, the militarized origins of Palantir coming out of the CIA. We did all of that. We did all of that in front of y'all, and that was in front of the family. That was Melanin Mondays and shit that we did those shows. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went behind the scenes. We taught you the brand ontology and how to leverage that. Then Palantir came right back in 2026 and said, "Yes, all of that accurate, and we see you."
And we see you. Man.
So,
So look, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to be here all day with everyone, but we do have to land this plane because we do have
mm-hmm.
other shows and things on the way. Um, look, Techno Tuesdays. Well, before that, tomorrow, Imaginarium, right? Blueprints for the planetarium. Um,
Facts.
if I could just briefly go through some of the Imaginarium stuff that we've been going through over the past 90 days. Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, this is a time to commemorate your brothers and sisters not in the struggle. They not in no, this ain't no struggle. We striving over here. Your brothers and sisters that are in the strive. Like I want y'all to salute them because they did 90 days for y'all. And what I mean by that is they're gonna be the ones that are gonna come back to the community and teach them. They got the cloth. They'll be able to build and whatnot. They're gonna be the ones building tools. They're gonna be the one building solutions. They're gonna be the one more than likely hiring people.
Mm.
And the same way that original Black God is out there cooking and feeding, and helping other people and, being hired to do jobs is the same way that the KT aliens, all of y'all have that opportunity to move forward and to spread your wings and make some things really, really, really go down. You know? Because it's each one teach one. I'm learning from everybody. Everyone is eating from each other's plates, you know? Give me 1 minute. I'm inside of GenSpark. Do you use GenSpark?
No, I haven't gotten around to GenSpark yet.
Yeah. They real good and everything, but they got their own thing going on too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, 72 claw in Puerto Rico they asking for. Okay. Dang,
yeah,
y'all
that's
trying to
that's
get us
that's
out the country.
facts, and that's wild possible too. Whoever's asking that, that's very possible. So I'm glad you even brought that up. Cause 72 claws Puerto Rico is doable. We got the Puerto Rico plug for real. So what we're gonna
Nah,
do
that's
is
one.
let's take a little break for 5 minutes and come back, and I'm gonna go through the classes inside of Imaginarium. Give it like a bathroom break. Let's take about 5 minutes and be right back, and we're gonna land this plane. You dig? Let me see if I could play something in the interim because we don't want no dead air. Uh, I got CapCut. All right, we'll just play Rich Uncle shit. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let me see. This is a project that I'm working on. I don't have a problem showing y'all an unfinished version of something that's being worked on. Like we say, we building in public. We're not hiding anything or gatekeeping and stuff like that. Actually, the public build is a you know what I mean? Like that's a flex. This is for Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah. 5 minutes, 6 minute break. We'll be right back. Can y'all see it? Let me share. Hold on.
No.
Cool. There you go.
Hey, wait. Your video is not playing if you intend to play it.
By the FBI and J. With the removal of the protector provider. Their parental duties and universal vows to raise their with the removal of the protector provider and paternal presence, the child became vulnerable. The child became
Because whenever I blow it up, it pauses it for some reason. Let me know if y'all can see it like this.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right.
with the removal of the protector provider and paternal presence, the child became vulnerable. The child became a casualty in warfare. The child became a latchkey kid and a man-child because the roles of the parents were being reversed for the worse. The mother becomes the breadwinner and backbone of her family without the direct support of the father in the household. Children are being raised by the street culture, cold and callous. Children are being influenced and enchanted by forms of entertainment. The allure of the black market, underworld, and nightlife is being highlighted in blaxploitation movies such as Superfly, The Mac, Shaft, Scarface, and many other romanticized accounts of living a life of crime. The fathers who abandoned their parental duties and universal vows to raise their seeds were quickly succumbing to what many saw as divine retribution, karma, in the form of drug addiction, incarceration, degenerative behaviors, mental health issues, and poverty. Thus, the rise of the prison complex industry was forged, expanded, and revamped during this era. Black men began to replace the mostly European Caucasoid population of the prison system in alarming numbers. Recent revelations from a whistleblower within the Nixon administration result of budget cuts, multiple programs were cut. After school programs, music, art, trades, vocation were removed from a large percentage of Board of Education schools. The
Yeah, so that's just a little preview of something that I'm working on. Initially, you just lay the track, you know what I mean? You lay the visuals and then you lay things on top of them. You take them out, you edit it. That's just like a layer right there. It's not going to be how the initial video is going to come out. I'm going to add stock footage. I'm going to add more visuals, you know what I mean? It's um it's like a video essay in a sense. So yeah, that's what you could do with Nano Banana. I did that with Agent Opus and GPT-2, and I don't know if I yeah, a little bit of C dance. So that's like the mixing of models, right? You mix the models up because different models give you different outputs, right? Like this type of output is different from this output. You know what I'm saying? But
We got
it's
to remember, family, all these different models have like different weights that they assign to different
right, different lauras.
categories of things. Yeah, once you get on the inside.
Right. So some models might have weights that deal with, text real good, and they could duplicate um real good text. They could make it look like studio grade. Then there's other models that are trained on photorealism, right? So you could get photorealistic pictures that could basically look like a photo, and you can't tell the difference. Then you have other models that are trained on a specific style, a art style. You know what I'm saying? So it'll give you a different type. Called a LoRa, right? So it's trained on a specific art style, and that art style, this is like oil paint, 60s, 1960s oil painting. That's right there. That's because ultimately the story that I'm telling is dealing with the 60s, right? Is talking about the Vietnam War as the catalyst to so many of the things that we see going on right now. You know what I'm saying? That initial period of the late 60s as the catalyst to hip hop, as the catalyst to the crack era, as the catalyst to the war on poverty, the war on drugs, a lot of stuff. So, yeah. But let's get to this next thing. Oh, I wasn't even sharing the screen. My bad. It's crazy. So these are the styles that I was talking about. So this is the style right here. This is 1960s oil painting, right? And if you're gonna tell a story about the 60s, you don't want to tell it in the style of the 90s because aesthetically or design wise, you're not really gonna be able to get that type of effect. If you can match the style with the time period, it's more aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? The story is gonna come across a lot better. So certain like Hit said, certain tools have certain personalities, and certain tools will give you certain styles. They perfect certain styles and whatnot. And it's really once again I'll put the list out, and I have a lot of lists that I come across, and I share it as much as I can through the Discord. But As we move forward with the school, after this Imaginarium workshop comes to a conclusion, we are going to be launching another one, but it just won't be in June. But we are going to be very active on school. So we're going to be on school every day, damn near. We weren't on school every day before. We're gonna be going live from school. That calendar on school is literally gonna be changed, and it's gonna have workshops and classes where the creators will be there. Psychocinematics, um, Original Black God, Murdoch, right? HITSUYO Aku, Spin City, Red Pill will be inside of the school. So we're launching membership tiers for the school so everybody could sign up and we could turn that thing into the network that it deserves to turn into. You know what I mean? We've been doing good work over there. So it's time that we grow. Um, all right. What was stop that? And let's go to Jen Spark. Let us go through these classes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Imaginarium Class 1, the Ignition Phase Mission Plan version 1.0. All right. Imaginarium. Here's the mission brief. This is initiation, not instruction. Tonight you cross from consumer to creator. The ignition phase is about awareness, orientation, and onboarding. This is the spark sequence to establish momentum, tools, and shared language. The three laws of ignition: presence, total focus required, close all other tabs. You are here now, right? And that was something that we really focused on, especially being on Zoom. It was all signal, no noise. We wasn't worrying about what was going on nowhere else. We wasn't talking about no politics. We wasn't talking about the hot button topics. We wasn't talking about what's going on TikTok. None of that. It was straight business about the Imaginarium nonstop. The minimum session was 3 hours. Some of them went into 5. Intentions. Why are you building? Define your outcome before we begin. So we had the opportunity to sit back and really think about what we were building, why we were building, and who were we building it for. Ownership. You are not a student. You are a founder. Act accordingly. So the idea from the gate, right? The seed that was planted was for ownership and was for founders. Nobody was a student. We did not even, we called everybody KT aliens. We didn't even use the word students like that. Pre-entry requirements: curiosity, discipline, willingness to build in public. All right. The time that you would be, commitment, your time commitment: 2 to 3 hours tonight, 1 hour daily for days 1 to 20. A computer and laptop was required, stable internet, and headphones. Okay. I'm not going to read through everything. This will be all of this is available to everybody that was in the course. We're just going through our notes and we're going through what we started. So from the gate, Chemiclaw, the always on operator, 24/7 autonomous browser agent running scheduled tasks. So Imaginarium, you know, albeit we're dealing with the imagination and we're dealing with content creation among things and other, we went right into agentic AI. It kicked off. That was the engine. That was the foundation. Mimu Claw, Kimi Claw, and then eventually Open Claw. Anthropic Claude. That was the layer as well. So we were really learning about stacks. We were learning about agentic AI. Like there was so much. Manus. Okay. So here's Manus AI, the heavy executor, complex multitask, orchestrator running in cloud, browser control, multi-app connectors, Manus skills. All right. Then we had the intelligence layer, which is Claude. That's your reasoning engine and your prompt architect. Advanced reasoning and context understanding, prompt engineering and pattern creation, multi-turn conversations with memory, code generations and analysis, Claude.ai with the free tier sufficient for class 1, and it's best for thinking through problems, crafting prompts, and refining outputs. So going into the Imaginarium right out the gate, right out the bat, you had Claude in your side pocket. No more prompt engineering. I gotta figure the prompt out. Yo, let me go and copy a prompt. I can't do this because I'm having prompt blocks and everything. No, Claude is the prompt writer. You could tell Claude, yo, make some shit that's hot, bro. You could be super basic with it. It is going to kick out a prompt that's like five pages long about that right there. It's very precise and it's the ultimate prompt builder. They must have trained it on millions and millions of prompts, right? So that's basically your Texas instrument to help you build out what we call the pattern library. And all the pattern library is your Alexandria library of your prompts, the prompts that work for you, the prompts that gave you great outputs. You put them in a pattern library. Your prompts are patterns, and your pattern library would be like either a notebook that you have on your phone or a notebook or a Microsoft Word document or whatever. Anywhere that you put these prompts becomes your pattern library. But when you work with Claude, when you work with Anthropic, either co-work or even when you get into Claude Code, all of those prompts and all of that information, everything goes into your pattern library because you could just go right back into it, boom, copy and paste, right? Boom, boom, boom. Even if you're a artist and whatnot, or you do any type of AI art, you build out a prompt Bible, right? You build a prompt library out because when new models come out, you have like if you're a rapper or if you're a battle rapper, you got already 10 songs on cap. You feel me? You got them logged in. You know what I mean? So with the prompts and whatnot, if you're an artist, you already have about 10 prompts on deck that you always use. Whenever something new comes out, you apply those prompts to see if that model gives you the best output the way that you see it. You know what I mean? Because you've known what the greatest output has been using those prompts. So, prompt library, aka prompt Bible, that's what we talked about from the gate. We showed you how the ignition stacks work, right? We laid all of this out. And here's the milestones. We gave you an 8 node roadmap preview. All of the things that we're gonna do, the setups with the APIs, deploying agents, you know what I'm saying? First Claude conversation, right? Boom. Phase two, agent deployment, 40 minutes, setup and whatnot. Go to ChemiClaw, enable ChemiClaw, browse the Claw Hub library, pick a starter skill, set the schedule every day at 8 a.m. You test run it manually. All right, shebang. You got yourself a guy. Shebang. You know what I mean? There you go. You got yourself an agent. You got an Agent Smith working for you. That's the birth of Agent Smith. You go to Manus, you create an account, complete the onboarding, you explore Manus Skills Library, you run a test task, research the top 3 AI news stories, you verify the output delivery, you go to Claude, you sign up, first conversation, hi Claude, I'm starting a 90-day AI accelerator. You save the output, right? API keys, credit cards, store one password Bitwarden, connect permissions, grant, you know what I mean? So these are the simple steps to take to get your feet wet, to get you started. Just simply go to Clemmy, go to Manus, go to Claude. Do some simple things, get your feet wet. Now you in the game. Phase three, pattern library mounting, right? Pattern library mounting, how to build out your pattern library. What is a pattern? A reusable workflow. Claw Hub, install 3 starter skills, mana skills, explore capabilities, create personal pattern library. You could go to Notion or you could go to Docs. Import 5 starter patterns from your pattern library, tag your patterns. Phase four, first automation execution. That takes you 20 minutes to set up. Pick one automation to run tonight. Kimmy Claw, daily morning greeting at 8 a.m. Manus AI, weekly newsletter draft on Mondays. Claude and Kimmy, research, digest, every Friday. Configure the settings, test the execution, post proof of run screenshot to live log, verify persistence. Phase 5, ecosystem orientation. That'll take you 15 minutes. School workspace, classroom modules, curriculum, builder channels, POD collaboration, tool shelf, your SaaS access, software as a service, leaderboards, live log, daily shipping tracker, Discord, real time community. Phase 6, initiate badge and class 2 preview, 10 minutes. Review installations, badge unlock initiate, assignment days 1 to 20, run daily, add patterns, post to live log. Class 2 preview. Now we go into what is known as the build phase. Ladies and gentlemen, the build phase is class 2. All right. We walk you through Chemi Claude deployment, right? And even for the students who are part of the Imaginarium, this is very important that we return to our to the beginning of where we all started, because as you get, it's like climbing Stowe Mountain and then going back down the mountain. It looks different now, you know? So when you go, so now when you come back to the first class, it hits different because it's like, okay, now I understand it more. Okay, so we was already, all right, so right, okay, I'm gonna walk this down again. This is cool. I could do this, you know. At first, when it started, maybe it was a little intimidating because you didn't get your feet wet. You were just beginning in the workshop, or you know what I mean. But now that your feet is wet and you've been using Claude and you know about Kimmy, you've been using these agents, you're more familiar with workflows. Let's do it again. So Kimmy Claude deployment, we got walking you through step by step, right? Anybody could do this if they follow the steps. Anybody could do it. If you ever come into, here's a cheat code. If you ever run into problems and you're trying to do things like configure some of these apps, take a screenshot, go to Claude, upload it, and be like, help. Sound like Boston Richie. Somebody help me. Ask for help. Pause. Right? And it will help you. You could upload it to Gemini. You could upload it to Chat GPT. All you gotta do is take a screenshot. You know? These things are these tools are thinking. They're called, you'll see it thinking. They're called, the agents are thinking. So they are literally alive to solve problems. They're problem solvers. They're thinkers. So in a day and time where people be getting brain fog and whatnot, shit, it ain't too bad. It's nothing wrong with having something think for you or think with you, respectfully, right?
Red, can I say something really quick?
Yes.
I just want to reiterate the value that you are currently showing. I started diving deep into it after attending your first claw session, staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out some things and
Yes.
putting in things to Google and going on the back end, putting Python on the computer. I built myself a bot that actually works. It's taken a lot of time, and I was writing notes like you're doing to see what was the best way to work for me. But for people that watching that don't know or are afraid, this is a blueprint that's very valuable that you're showing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. My ultimate goal is to make this as user friendly and to break it down to the last compound. You feel me? And speak it in a language that we can all comprehend and understand. Because truth be told, they have an advantage because they changed the lexicon. It's like a lot of these. It's really, it's a lot of, as you can see, they're giving things new names, you know, but they're like synonyms for things that we already understand, if that makes any sense. So once you understand the language, all of it makes sense. It's like, okay, I get it. I see what they're doing. I see what's happening, right? So Claude is probably the most important, not to say one is more important than the other, but this is the one that you could probably use the most, and it is the most effective. It has layers. Claude is a Swiss Army knife. It has like 8 different real talk. It does mad different things. Like it's not, you don't, it's no one way to really describe Claude. It's like an octopus. You feel me? You could open up the terminal, and I learned about working in the terminal. I got nice with that. You literally could start coding with it. Like you could take screenshots and upload it of like the Nike website and be like, I want to clone this. I want to build this out. You could put thousands of skills on it. Think the Matrix, the scene with Morpheus and Neo when they was in that room, and Neo was like, I don't know karate. And Morpheus gave him the skill of karate and was like, now you know karate. Literally, that is what's happening with Anthropic and Claude skills. But the type of skills that you putting on that thing, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like Pimp My Ride 100x. So it's a lot going on. And the cheat code is you work together, not individually. You gonna catch up. You might even catch up and take the lead in the race. But what I know for a fact is that doing it one by one or individually, no, that is not how they are doing it. That's not how Africa is doing it. That is not how China is doing it. That is not how Japan is. That's not how nobody else is doing it. They're doing it as a collective. They're bringing their minds together. They're connecting the nodes and whatnot. They're practicing the mastermind principle. They are sharing their resources. They're creating loops, investment loops, what they call circular. They got trillions of dollars moving in a circle, even though they say it's a bubble and whatnot. Um, well, get with brother Heru and and learn how to get paid when that bubble bursts. Set yourself up to where you could become Bill Gates rich if the bubble bursts. But until then, that circular economy loop that they built and whatnot, that could be duplicated and could be used by anybody who wants to create a wealth, a perpetual wealth creation algorithm, because that's what they got going. And Claude could build, like, if you were in finance, if you were in any form of business and they gave you the golden parachute or they let you go, but you walked away with the knowledge of that company, or you walked away with the knowledge of that industry, or you walked away with the knowledge of that trade, or you walked away with the secrets. Come on, fam. Hit.
Oh man.
Can you please
Oh,
explain what a person who is loaded up with all of this business, you know how they say that our people are the most diplomaed up, the most certified, and all of that means that we are the knowledge bases.
mm-hmm.
Can you tell the audience what that means in this new world that we're in, where data is gold and data is oil?
Family, we got to understand that if we are the knowledge base, the data can only come from actual knowledge. You see what I'm saying? And then the next part of this conversation is the fact that all of the data that is out there has yet to be fully digitized.
Yes, they're not
So
going to
we,
all of the colleges, universities, the labs and whatnot. Where the real knowledge is, they have not translated that. Pardon me.
no, 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 no. That's the exact point that we want to make. You are still the value source. The execution, the human doing is done with, but the human being, the human that has these ideas, this knowledge that they can leverage in unique ways, that's the value. These AI, they can recognize patterns. Can they create patterns? I don't think so. So that means we're still at that crust of being the pattern makers, the meaning makers in this system. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
not just about what you know, it's about how you know it. So again, even when we talk about the AI, we're having this conversation about context. Well, in regard to the human, we're still having that same conversation about context because we can both know 2 plus 2 equals 4. But
Right.
how did we come to that? What's the story? What's the overall process that led us to that understanding? That's actually the more, again, that's the more valuable aspect of the knowledge, the data itself. Palantir said it. You can have a bunch of data, that's cute. Does the data understand the nouns, the verbs, and the actions that actually make that data into information, into a usable business? If not, then it's just information. So
Right.
you, as the human, with all of these diplomas, all of these certificates, all of these paperworks, you see what I'm saying? What
Right.
those paperwork say is you have been trained in SOPs, workflows, jobs to be done, and you understand it from end to end.
From end to end. So they removed they removed what's that? Human resources. They removed
Hmm.
HR and they removed the corporate layer away from you. It's no longer them. Remember, it was the AI, then your boss, then you. Because if you
Hmm.
don't think that they wasn't using AI inside of corporate America for the last 10 years,
You're
then I
bugged
got a
out.
bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, brother.
Let's make this very clear, family. All of this algorithmic manipulation and the AI talk that we talking about right now started in 2016.
Right.
Google changed up the algorithm. They added in some translation features. That was the start of their AI program. And then right after that, we saw the YouTube apocalypse. Google and YouTube are the same company.
Right. Exactly.
That was
Then
the cause of the apocalypse. So let's
the
keep that in mind.
apocalypse, and then they started cloning everybody, or then they
Hmm.
they they miraculously, magically started fishing, but everybody who had motion got cloned. That was
Hmm.
AI, right? That was not Nigerians, bro. Don't give them that. That was AI. That was AI that was cloning everybody. That's Attack of the Clones. I'll even take it further and say that they was using AI 50 years ago in the government, that is.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
I'll
for
even
sure.
take it as far back as to say, remember, they said that the whole Constitution or the Bill of Rights was found to be written 99% by AI.
I seen that, and everyone's just like, "Oh, these AI checkers don't know what they're talking about." Like, yeah,
No, they
to a
know what
certain
they're talking
extent,
about.
they know what they're talking
AI
about,
did
though.
it back then. I'm even going as far as to say AI has something to do with the pyramids. AI is practicing something called retrocausality. It's literally going back in time and manipulating things. Now, think about this real quick. Let's just think about this as a collective and think about how reality works and how multidimensional things work. But when you talk about how people cast spells through movies and through film, why we're in the imaginarium, why the imaginarium is so groundbreaking, why this is so important and whatnot, and portals has opened up. If they just took over and created something called Hollywood, and then they just changed the textbooks and they just took over in terms of an agreed upon lie through Maxwell, through the Rothschilds, and through Rockefeller, and through the school system, where they convince melanated people who were on some kingly shit, who were on some royal shit, who were on some Tartaria shit, who were on some empire shit, that they was created and they just brought niggas out the jungle, civilized them through the timeline of the roots and whatnot, and then they got freed by Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln, and that's the only contribution to the world. If they convince an entire nation, not just us, people across the pond and whatnot, if they convince the world of that through Hollywood and through lying to the actual people back in those days where we are ruling and we are kings and we are proud and we are mighty and whatnot, how does that affect their reality, right? Do you think that if we in the future agree that that past never existed, does that past now get erased? Like, could the more see
Mm,
the skies open up and, like, you know, and a whole Holocaust takes place that never took place before?
mm,
Because their children in the future fell underneath a spell and went to sleep and forgot that they even existed. And then when the Khazar or the Kabbalists or the warlocks told them and whispered in their ears a lie about a history that never took place. That shit never took
mm,
place. The majority of the things they told us, from Disney to Hollywood to goddamn school and whatnot to Sunday school, all of those were worm warfare, worm fair, what's that other fair? Um, Malware.
oh yeah, yeah,
They were bugs. They were bad code. They gave us bad code.
yep,
So they injected hallucinations, bad code, a virus into the motherboard. How has that affected Kemet, the Moorish Empire, and all of the other
wow,
things in the past?
wow. No, you're making a very solid point because even the work that we can look at, you know what I'm saying, the Dr. John Henry Clark's, the Ivan Van Sertima's, you see, so all the work that they were doing was
Right,
adding back more time to these ancient cultures. You see what I'm saying? The white
right,
civilization has that 6,000 year thing going on where they really don't want to acknowledge anything remotely advanced beyond that window, right? So it's like, again, to Red's point, we're seeing them erase timelines, which is the retro causal effect that we're talking about. Doing
right. So
something now that changes the past. Because,
changes
yeah,
the
no,
past. So you'll get all these videos about the mud flood, and it's like it's a conundrum because people are like, "Yo, empires and empires got buried, and empires and all of this collapse and all of this stuff." And it's like, no, nigga. What if that took that? The only reason you're seeing that is because you Negroes right now are agreeing to a false reality where, you know what I mean, you probably made that happen. You was the damn extinction and the mud flood and all of that stupid shit. You have to fix the story right now. You got to change the entire story around the world and switch the narrative in a completely different direction, because whatever they programmed us with, it hasn't been countered yet. Not in the arena that they casted the spell. They casted the spell in Hollywood, bro, on big screens. Them niggas did epics on us. You know what I'm talking about? They did Ben Hur, Ten Commandments, Charleston Heston, Birth of a Nation, Going with the Wind, Jazz Singer. They did a big thing with us. So literally it's gonna take 10 years of neurocinematics to completely rewire. You feel me? And reprogram is really gonna go. It's gonna be the children. The star seeds got to get it. The right stories from the right perspective that will change our past and thus change our future. Because time doesn't exist in a one line; it's all centrifugal. So if you agreed upon, if the collective keeps agreeing upon the false reality, then it's going to is you cannot move forward comfortably like that. However, the rise in global consciousness, the fact that people are like, stop playing in my face, it's more people waking up than going to sleep, right? that means that people are not agreeing with the old story. They're not agreeing with that shit that they like. We 6,000 years old. They're not agreeing with that. It's more people going against that because what? Now we're in the age of AI. Now we're in the age of you got something in your pocket that you could talk to for from 1 minute to one whole day, and it will give you receipt after receipt after receipt. Don't let nobody lie to you about the AI. It does hallucinate and it does go off the rails. But 9 times out of 10, it hallucinates around niggas who originally be hallucinating. Y'all be asking it crazy ass questions that you don't got no business asking it and be like, yo, that shit hallucinated. Yeah, because the question had a little bit of hallucination in it. Sometimes. And you could fact check. You don't, if you treat AI the way that you treat reading the New York Post, then it might be you. What we used to do is open up 5 encyclopedias. We used to open up 10 books from the library, and we would do something called cross-reference. So now when you're doing what is called deep research, you were to open up 5 different encyclopedias. This time they're notebook LMs, notebook large models and whatnot. That's what some of these rags or these LLMs are. They will be the equivalent of an Encyclopedia Britannica. And you cross-reference everything that you're researching. You go Grok deep research, you go Chat GPT, you go DeepSeek deep research, you go Perplexity deep research, and you either go with either one of the Kimi, you go Kimi deep research or GLX. And then you'll be able to get what you're looking for. Trust. But now that people could debunk and the AI is cutting no corners, Lord forbid, don't get one that's uncensored in your hands. Psh, there's no guardrails. Like, I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to ride out with one of those, but you know what I mean? Like, there's no brakes on that car. So you could find things that you couldn't find before using this AI. Trust. But for the people who are professionals in any field, the layer has been removed. It's no longer a middleman. It's literally you in the model. And the way that you monetize it is that you bring somebody else into the equation and you become the translator, the middleman, the liaison, and the quote unquote, what is known as the what's the word? The arbitrage. What is your moat? That you know shit. You know shit that the person is gonna pay you don't know. But they tell you and you talk to the AI to get the information or data, and then you give it to your client. That's the new pipeline. You monetize your expertise because when you sit in front of the AI, it responds to whatever persona you address it as. So if you're an engineer or if you're like a Barry Gordon or a Quincy Jones and you sit in front of Suno, bro, you can make the equivalent. There's things that you can do that a regular producer, they don't have the depth of knowledge to communicate with the model about certain type of nuances. Once the model picks up that you're utilizing certain lexicon and language, it's a large language model. So when the AI or when the model picks up that you speak similar to when you kick it to a model, if there's certain things that you say to a model and she hears it in the first 5 minutes of your quote unquote riz and whatnot, or the first 5 minutes of your come on line, or the first 5 minutes of your introduction, she can automatically access what type of class you're in. She knows what type of tax bracket you're in. She knows what type of taste you have. She could easily be like, all right, I'm going to switch into this mode to communicate with this person based off of the way that they have spoken to me. So if you're a professional in any industry or any field, based on the way that you speak to Claude in the first few minutes, it already knows what you, it already can assess the level of intellect that you possess in said category. And it's going to respond to you accordingly and whatnot. It will match your fly. So now you become an asset to somebody who wants to extract something out of the model and whatnot, but they don't have the depth of knowledge. They don't have that understanding. They don't have they don't have that dexterity. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, they don't got the certificates, my niggas. And you do. So you can monetize that. So for everybody that got so-called laid off and whatnot, tap in with 72 claws. We're gonna be in Miami and we're gonna be in Houston. Houston, we have a solution. Miami, money is a major issue. In Miami, the one of the guest speakers or one of our quote unquote drill instructors is Original Black God. He's the top content creator in the AI space across all genres and nationalities and all of that. He's super lit. He'll be in the building, and I got my brother Heru Ofari Ata, and he also is going to be in the. He wrote a screenplay, and he's ready to fund a movie, and he's also a master screenwriter, right, and a poet. So we're going to be focusing on IP. We're going to be focusing on utilizing all of the we have an automated content creation machine that we're going to be unveiling and whatnot. We also going to have loaded claw bots that are already packed up and loaded, and they are specifically for, they're customizable, right? These are going to be content creation machines. So Miami is more so about the entertainment, and then Texas is going to be big business, Pop Darby, Mansa Muhammad, Spin City, Red Pillar, and special guests Talik Heru. I believe HITSUYO is going to be there as well. Um, and then on Techno Tuesdays is coming up. Me and Spin are going to be doing the digital twins. We're going to be teaching you the new version of digital twins, the upgraded version, and we're also going to be giving you the upgraded version of digital marketing by way of Manus, CLI, and the MCP, which is a major upgrade. Can you build quickly on MCPs and CLIs? Hit.
All right, boom. So MCP, CLIs, APIs. These are all three-letter words, terms that you're going to be learning. So CLIs are command line interfaces. This is when you are running commands directly into the terminal of the computer itself, right? Boom. That gives you a lot of access to do a lot of different things because a lot of the different APIs, the application processing interfaces, right? These third party services that have all of these amazing tools that you want to use in your app, right? A lot of the communication that goes on behind the scenes is usually through that CLI, right? So that's the value in getting comfortable there, being able to communicate with these other technologies that can help you build. Now, the MCPs or the model context protocols are basically that exact same structure but designed specifically for your agents, for your AI systems. So again, it allows them to communicate with Gmail. It allows them to look into your Google Drive. It allows them to connect to your Higgs field. You see what I'm saying? The same way that a regular developer would use command line interfaces to speak to that API and get those services integrated into their app. The MCPs allow you to do the same thing, but they give you the added leverage of the user friendliness of being able to just talk your way into whatever you need using your agent. So that's why the MCP conversation has been going crazy because it's the universal standard for how these agents interact with applications, just like how the APIs and the CLIs were the standard for how human developers interacted with these applications. All right, y'all.
Fire. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
All right, so let's go into, like I said, I would love to go through all of these classes one by one, but that's not going to be possible. I am going to breeze through it, so everybody in the audience who wants to sign up to this boot camp slash workshop, you'll have the ability to do it, because when the 90 days is up, that module will be available. That information is going to be prevalent. Is going to be prevalent more than a year out. You know what I'm talking about? This information is timeless. So the module will be available, and all of the workbooks, all of the guides, everything that you need will be available. So this was class number 2. As you can see, we're going through everything, helping you with your security protocol, troubleshooting. All right, we have a win ceremony, right? Where all of people do certain things, and there's certain categories that they'll be able to be placed in: apprentice builder, master builder, legendary builder. All right, you unlock 20 premium workflows, 3 tools shipped, revenue event, SOP published, standard operator procedure. You now are a legendary builder. All right. Preview class 3, which is the launch phase. Go public, deploy your demo, break the fear barrier. All right. So let's check out. This is the launch phase. The doors open. The world sees you now. Okay. Imaginarium class number 3. Launch entry requirements. You have to have your build badge in order to come through. Unless you completed class number 2, you cannot start class number 3. So whenever we complete a class, we get our badge, and that takes us into the next class. There's no entry if you don't have your badge. All right. So by the time you get in this, 3 AI tools built and documented. You have your pattern library and at least 15 patterns. At least one user feedback is received. SOP for build process documented. Phase trajectory. You have ignition, you have build, you have launch, you have own, you have scale, you have systems, you have forge, and then you have empire. Launch objectives. Objective 1, go public with at least one AI tool. Objective 2, collect 10 pieces of documented user feedback. Objective 3, deploy first public facing automation. Objective 4, execute a revenue intent event, waitlist or pre-sale or discovery call. Objective 5, earn launch badge and unlock class 4. Then you have dual agent stack, the launch edition. Agent, manage AI. The build role, build some workflows. The launch role, public delivery automation. Then you have ChemiClaw, research, outreach and prospecting. Then you have Claude, architecture, sales copy and pitch decks. Then you have your pattern library, 15 patterns, 20 plus launch patterns. Agent profiles, manage AI, the launch pad, automate demo delivery, set up public placing workflows, schedule content. Then you have ChemiClaw working for you. The prospector, you could find your potential users, you could automate outreach, and you could scrape communities for target audience. Then you have Claude, which is your pitch maker, right? Landing page copy, create demo scripts, draft outreach messages, and then refine pitch. Then you got your pattern library, which is the launch vault. Store launch sequences, outreach templates, feedback forms, and pitch frameworks. So inside of your pattern library, of course, it is there for your prompts. That is a home for your prompts. That's the cyber library. That's the cyber library. That's the treasury, the repository of some of your most powerful prompts. However, it is also a repository for your SOPs, for your pitch decks, for your frameworks, for your workflows. All of these things go into your pattern library. You'll be able to monetize that as well one day, right? So just these, as you can see with these agents, to give you a clearer understanding as to what these agents are doing right now. And mind you, anybody right now could go and get any one of these agents and operate them as we speak. You don't gotta wait for class. This don't got. This is not there. I'm not gatekeeping. This is available to to anybody who wants it. Kimmy Claw, Manus AI, and Claude. Go get that right now. Go to YouTube University if need be, get familiar with it. Or just go to AI and talk to the chatbot about it and get familiar with it. And when it tells you to do certain things with it, test it out, try it out, and you'll be able to get things going. Man, it's a so you see how it's set up like a basketball team. You see how they set them up. You know what I mean? Everybody has a position, everybody has a strength, everybody is playing their part. So that's what you could set these AIs things. Similar like when you were playing with toys as a kid and whatnot, and all of those different toys, they all had their different powers. Like when you playing video games, you feel me? That's exactly what you're like Dungeon Dragons. That is what you're doing with these models, because these models are operating systems, but they operate as a collective and not as an individual. They're all even the ones that come from different companies come together like Lego blocks, and they literally work together and not against each other. Like the brother said, there's MCPs, there's CLIs, there's APIs. Everything is interwoven. So you could be weaving as well. There's no reason why we're not weaving these fiber optic wires. These are golden threads. Okay. So as you can see, everything is just structured. I just want y'all to see how structured everything is. It's understandable. We do have a chat. We're programming chat bots that will be able to help you right inside of this lesson, so you won't be stuck. You literally could push button and ask, I need help understanding this. You know what I mean? Help, can you walk me through this? What does this mean? You feel me? Where can I find this? I need this. If it's talking about this class, you literally could click on it and it'll take you to that class. So we're working on this end to make this 2.0 even better than this one. But I'm very pleased where we started. Do y'all see class 4 pop up?
Yes.
Yeah, we see
All
it.
right. So this is class 4, own phase mission plan, version 1. All right. The first dollar changes everything. Collected tonight. Class number 4, own. This is own. This is the workshop edition. All right. Your first sale is not about the money, it's about the proof that your value is real. Welcome to own. 3 own rules. Price is a statement. Charge what it's worth. Underpricing is self sabotage. Payment link before perfection. The link must exist before anyone can buy. Gold starts tonight. Growth, ownership, leverage, dividends, all activated by your first transaction. Parameter, duration, 2.5 hours. Format, 70% revenue setup, 30% strategy. Deliverable, payment link live, gold equity structure documented, first sale made or pipeline active. Prereq, launcher badge, tool publicly live. Section 2, pre-workshop checklist. Verify your foundation. Launcher badge, these are all the verifications. Launcher badge was earned. Tool is publicly live on at least one platform. Your Stripe or your Gumroad account is created. Price is confirmed. Product description is live. 3+ people have seen your launch post, and your pod assignment is active. Section 3, payment infrastructure. Section 4, offer sharpening sprint. Right? So there's offer architecture. Here's your Claude command. You drop that in Claude. I have a product called my bean pies. It does great for your appetite, right? And it's nutritious and is very healthy. It costs $5. My target buyers is mostly people who are either from the Nation of Islam or Muslim. They struggle with finding some bean pies. Write me a new headline This speaks directly to the pain. 3 bullet points. Outcome focus and not feature focus. A closing call to action that creates urgency without fake scarcity. A what you get list. And then you put that in there. And then you press command, right, or enter. Then you go to Manus and you say research the top 5 competitors to my bean pie. Analyze their pricing, positioning, and value propositions. Identify what I can offer that they don't. So now the agents are scheming for you like Agent Smith, right? Offer sharpening is not optional. The difference between a $27 sale and a $97 sale is often one better headline and 3 stronger benefits. Claude does this in 2 minutes. Section 5, Gold System Activation. What is GOLD? That is an acronym for Growth, Ownership, Leverage, and Dividends. This is your sovereign economy framework, right? It takes 20 minutes to build it out. Growth. Define your MRR target for the next 30 days. Write it out, right? I want $5,000 a month by January the 30th. Paste it in your pod channel. This is your North Star. Ownership. Document your IP ownership, your product name, your prompt system, your framework. They belong to you. Open up a Notion and create an IP vault. Leverage. Identify your first upsell or bundle. What else could you sell to the same customer if someone buys my $47 report? What would they logically want next? Write it down. Dividends. Define your reinvestment rate. When I make my first $100, I will invest $50. I will reinvest $50 back into ads or your tools or your next product or your pod compensation. You decided. Section number 6, pod equity formalization, right? Formalize your pod equity split. So we're going to be forming pods tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as promised. That's why I need everybody to send their pod assessment test or their God assessment test back into the email, forward it to my email, so I'm able to run you through the skill that we put together, so we could assign you a pod member. And like I said, you're gonna form a pod, you're gonna create a product, and you're gonna go and build out in both Discord and inside of Skool. The minimum 30 days, the maximum 90. So we have an agreement template. Everybody gets to put their names on an agreement together. This is going to be legally binding, right? This is going to be a breakdown of the percentages of what everybody owns on the IP. So as this IP and these products get created, everybody shares dividends and whatnot, and they're going to get revenue. Okay. First sale activation sprint, right? So your first sale sprint, everybody wants to make that first sale. Working together, not individually, is going to help speed up that process. We're going to make that happen in one night, right? Direct DMs, community posts, Kimmy outreach automation, flash offers, pod referrals. We'll use all of those tactics. All right. Manage sales while you sleep. You set up a managed sales pipeline for 15 minutes it'll take. While you sleep, manage is selling. There's no greater feeling to wake up to a bag. Yeah, I know about mailbox money, but that mailbox done grew up. It's the email box, right? The mailbox was cool. You had to wait for the mailman though. You know what I'm talking about? You wake up to Gmail money, feeling like G money. That's real. Waking up to bags is real. I used to wake up, I had bags. Now I wake up to bags. Hold on. Hold me back. All right. So put together the pipeline, right? Pipeline task 1, task 2, task 3. Your first sale review, right? Boom. Your owner badge, boom. Now you ceremonied up. Now you celebrate. Boom. You are earner. You are architect, right? We value our people. Boom. You know what I mean? We level up. We go up the ladder and whatnot. Your own doctrine. They have a own doctrine. This is our law for own. Sell or stall. Price or apologize. Close or coast. The market does not reward hesitation. Your first dollar is not income, it is evidence. Evidence that you can convert imagination into capital. Evidence that your stack works. Evidence that your pod is real. Collect the evidence tonight. Gold is activated. The empire begins now. Sell, own, scale, forge, reign, Imaginarium, KTL universities. All right.
Bullet. God damn.
So I'm gonna land the plane right here on class number 4. We'll continue the rest of this tomorrow inside of the last class in Imaginarium. Um, for those who are not a part of that class, if you want to be a part of that class, I'm going to drop a link inside of the chat to give you the opportunity to be a part of that. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link to get you inside of the Imaginarium. I'm feeling very giving today. So what I'm going to do is for everybody signed up to the Imaginarium, it has to be the top tier, not the top tier, the $44 tier. Sign up to the $44 tier, you'll have access to the last class tomorrow on the quote unquote inside of the Imaginarium. Class number 14. We got multiple special guests. It's gonna be a big boy, big. It's going to be the biggest class that we ever had, and you'll have access to that class. The bonus is signing up to the Imaginarium for our new tiers. We have 3 new tiers. I'm going to announce that right now. Starting in June, our platform is going to open up to 3 different tiers. Okay. And those tiers are going to come with benefits. There's a link right there for the school, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull up the school so y'all can see what we doing over here. Y'all be real proud of us. Shout out to Spin City and his school putting in that work. I see y'all. But yeah, pull up on us. Be a part of this family right over here because we definitely are doing things. And the good thing about it is that we get away from the noise. There's no noise over here in school. We focused over here. We doing things. We making things happen, as you can see. You know, we creating things. Andre, where you at, Andre? You here?
Yes, sir. I'm locked in.
Andre, you been yeah. You we
Appreciate the
we
alley hoop,
we
man.
nah. You feel me? Like reward night
Boy,
type shit, like prom night and all of that. Like for real.
already.
I'm on some real shit for all of the Kates or everybody in Imaginarium. Like we gonna do it in a ballroom somewhere. We finna pull up on a resort and do this whole weekend strong in type thing because y'all was putting in some yeah. We need to see these on big screens.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate the alley hoop, bro.
We
Like
need some
I'm
rewards,
locked
yeah, because
in, bro.
we need
For
some
real.
rewards for the cooking that everybody was doing this semester.
Yeah,
This
man. Shout out to
workshop was
everybody,
popping.
man. Shout out to everybody. Man. Everybody was pushing each other.
Now
And
your level up game
yeah,
from when you first came up in this thing, where you at right now, I'm
yeah.
very proud of you, bro. Very proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it,
You
bro.
yeah, you took this thing and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah,
bunch of
man.
key. I mean, I don't want to not say nobody name, and they like, damn,
Yeah.
Red, I
Yeah, that's
ain't
why I've been
do.
saying, yeah, I've
Hey,
been saying
all,
shout out to everybody. Hey, shout out to
everybody, right?
for real,
Shit,
man. Hey, everybody
everybody
working.
cooking. Yeah,
For
y'all all
real.
leveled up, straight up. But these are going to live somewhere on a site. Fret not. This is not just going to be school and whatnot. As we building. I don't want to. I don't want to open up the oven before the cake is finished baking. But just know that this is just one layer of where this content is going to live. You feel me? You know. But yeah, they've been cooking them in this class. So everybody on the YouTube, everybody that's inside of the Zoom, I encourage you to spend a few dollars and come through. I think the lowest tier is $14 to be a part of this every month, where you literally could just go inside of the comment sections of posts, and you know what I mean. You'll basically see everything that you need to do to just level up. You know? Yeah, there goes the tiers: standard, premium, and VIP. Okay. We do vibe sessions every Saturday. We in hour number 5 right now. We do Friday classes. There's a calendar right there. We have special guests coming through. We do prompt challenges and everything. Shoot, I might even Andre gonna be teaching the class. He gonna have a whole day. You gonna be in that classroom, my brother.
Hey man,
You
hey,
you you and you and a few
be
of the
ready when they call.
KTLians.
I be ready for the call, man. Whenever you
Yeah,
already know. Hey, I just appreciate the Imaginarium just to be able to circulate ideals with you that got started. And man, shoot, man, you done opened up a whole port over here, man.
right. As that was the intentions. That's the intentions. But it's each one teach one, because guess what you're gonna be able to do now, right? Now you're gonna be able to go into your neighborhood or to your wherever you travel. You now can hold court, teach millions from
Facts,
one from
facts.
one to millions. This is me. Everybody's learning how to fish. Okay, all right. Yeah, that part. I see the Imaginarium sign. I appreciate that. Let's go.
Damn, I
Let's-
heard that. Ching-a-ling, ching-a-ling.
you know what I'm talking about? Ching-a-ling.
Shout out,
I
shout out
thought
to the
this was the night.
squad.
You know, I thought I from St. Louis with Ching-a-ling.
God damn.
Yeah. Shout out to Tiffany in the building in the Imaginarium. I appreciate you. Yeah, let's get this community strong. We're able to. We don't doom scroll over here, ladies and gentlemen. We not focusing on lack over here, ladies and gentlemen. We not focusing on nothing that's going on inside of the fake news. I do that on YouTube, and I distinguish all of that stuff on those shows. But over here, we literally are peeking into the future. Literally, we're literally tapping into the future, and we're showing improving and whatnot.
Gave you a chance and I beg you to stay, but you still chose to walk away. Now things change when you're up in my face, saying all of your feelings change. The grass is greener, but you only got me meaner. Trying to run the same old game. Respect my name and please don't be no lame. Don't love me, just get out of my way. Look at me now, I'm not the one in this. No longer need your kiss now. Look at me now, you don't know how many places I've been. You a loser, but I just keep hustling to win. I stay humble and watching seas I grow. The less you control me, the more I know. The grass is greener, but you only got me meaner.
That's Agent Opus. That's NVIDIA.
Respect my name and please don't be no lame. Don't love me, just get out of my way. Look at me now, I'm not the one in this. No longer need your kiss now. Look at me now, I'm not the one in this. Tomorrow's not promised now.
Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up.
Look at me
So we aggregating content over here. You feel me? We just aggregating it, holding it, but eventually it'll be on like a bigger platform. That's gonna be a copyright. Let me not do that. But yeah, that's just giving y'all a little bit of update. Oh, we got the MJ picks. Hold on. Oh, I gotta drop some prompts and then we out of here. I gotta drop some prompts on y'all. You got the prompt sheet for this?
Yeah, I got it locked in.
Yeah, drop that in the chat for us if you can.
All right.
So I know y'all know how hot this Michael Jackson thing is right now, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick idea on how you can monetize the Michael Jackson wave. You could put yourself in an image like this, go to somewhere like Printify or Printful, which are the drop shipping fulfillment center websites. Upload this image, make this a poster, make this a towel, make this a mug, make this a t-shirt, make it any type of thing. Basically order a sample, get that sample, go live on your Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Bigo, you know what I mean, wherever you at, and show those items off and then sell those items like they sell them on TikTok shop, right? You can also you can make designs like this, you know what I mean? Blow it up, go to a print shop, blow it up, make big posters like this, but you could make posters for other people, right? But let's just say that you live somewhere like you in New York or you live somewhere where there's a lot of tourism and whatnot. Make 6 or 7 of these pictures with famous people, blow it up, have it laminated and whatnot, have it at your stand, and then other people come by and they will pay you to get in pictures with celebrities. Okay? Similar, if they take pictures at the Wax Museum, then they'll pay you to be in a picture with a celebrity. You take their picture, you upload it, you bring it into Nano Banana or Chat GP2, you throw the celebrity in there, voila, magic. That's a quick way to get a bag, you know?
Only thing about that might pick, you're gonna have to go to somewhere like Guac, called Chat GBT was got the guardrails up on the character, so you have to change it
Okay.
up a little bit to do a lookalike. Or if you're doing
Right.
the exact prompt, you need to go to Guac. Guac,
So
I noticed it do it like uncensored, a lot of uncensored and like images for like famous
famous
people.
people.
Yeah,
Right.
they'll let you slide. Cause I even I even been testing it on like models or like voluptuous women and stuff like that. Like
Right.
Guac ain't playing. Guac let you go and get through.
Glock is like, eat, young man. Eat, young gooner. So check this out. I'm about to drop some links on everybody. This is gonna be courtesy of the house, you know. But definitely let me know how many people are gonna be pulling up tomorrow for the Imaginarium so we could give y'all this work on the last class and also run you through all of the other classes. So, boom, this is homework for anybody that wants to get involved and whatnot. This is homework. When you complete the task and you tap in with me and you've completed all 3 tasks, you might get something free. You'll get a free ticket to one of the events that we're doing. It might be Techno Bowl. You feel me? Shit, it might be even claws. If it's something that you do that's crazy, you might have access to one of the days in claws. You might have access to all 3, the 72-hour boot camp. You might get access to the quote unquote Imaginarium class. You might get access to the quote unquote school a school membership, right? But we want to incentivize our KTLians to get busy. So this right here is a full build guide of 3D interactive visuals. If you want to get into 3D interactive visuals, this is the entire build guide right here. It's going to walk you through it step by step by step. That's what a build guide. It is a how to. You could turn a build guide into $1 million if you know what you're doing. Facts. Can I get an amen?
Amen, amen.
You could turn a build guide.
Shade, nah,
You could
shade.
turn a build guide because a build guide is different than a prompt guide. It is a build. a little build guide. You could
Hey,
build a
family, I
pyramid
need you
on
to
a
understand this is exactly how I do mine. This is exactly how I build mine. I start with all the spec documentation. I make sure I iron it all the way out. Then you just drop that shit into Lovable, and you damn near done in an hour.
bruh. So y'all let me know. I dropped that one. Let me know how it works when you click on it. I need to know that all links are active before we move on and start, and get up out of here.
It works. I clicked
All
on it.
right. So boom. The next one is image editing prompts. 10 production ready prompts for AI images. It don't matter what you're using. You could be using Grok. You could be using GPT. You could be using any of that, right? Boom. 10 of them. 4K upscale and enhancement. This is probably the most important prompt that you could use right now. This goes into your pattern library. This you don't lose this prompt. This is something you use this every day. You clean up all of your pictures from everywhere, right? You even monetize this where you could tell somebody, give me $10, I'll clean up 100 of your pictures and whatnot. Because you could take pictures of loved ones. Everybody got loved ones with blurry pictures. They got pictures of people that they miss and whatnot. Clean up these pictures. This is the prompt to do it. Skin retouch. This is you retouching skin, cleaning up skin. Product studio shot. Everybody has products and they need shots. Background people removal. Everybody got pictures of people they want to remove. Background people, scenery, all of that. Photo restoration, right? That is you can monetize that. That's it. If you not only can you monetize this, you could take this prompt, turn it into a skill, turn it into a gym, go through anti-gravity and turn it into a push button app, something like a push button type of so now it's just upload the picture and push the button. You don't even got to use this prompt. You could just have it as a push button and it will automatically restore the photo. Anime style conversion, right? So literally, to be honest with you, you should be looking at these prompts more so about not just copying and pasting. How could you turn these into skills? How can you turn it into plugins? How can you turn them into gems? How can you turn into custom GPTs? How can you put all of these inside of an app or a SaaS, software as a service? You know? 10 prompts to make LinkedIn blow up, right? 10 prompts to make LinkedIn blow up. So you could go and get it from there. I'm going to drop this one and y'all tell me if it works. And then I'm going to move on to the third one. So the person who hits me up and y'all done got 10 edit, you did all 10 of those edits. You did the interactive prompt, the 3D one that we just the one you could do like Yaki Awakening style graphics. You know when he popped out and he had the ill graphics because he had 3D interactive graphics that you had to pay a lot of money for back in the days. This right here, you a homeschooler, you doing projects and whatnot, you in college and whatnot, you're a teacher, whatever the case, this is the Uber cheat code. Look at this. Spec Kit, the complete setup guide. GitHub's official open source toolkit for spec driven development. Build better software faster by writing specs first, then letting AI coding agents implement from them. Could we explain what this is?
You talking about the GitHub agents right here?
This right here, the Spec Kit.
Oh, Spec Kit. Oh yeah, Spec Kit goes absolutely crazy in terms of taking you completely out of that realm of vibe coding, right? By basically baking in all of those best practices that any software development, engineering, dev team, whatever the hell you want to call them, these are the rules and the systems that they follow to be able to build structured, ordered, maintainable code. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So having these, and when we say spec, we mean specifications, right?
Yep.
So that's a lot of the issue with the vibe coding is the person giving the command is not being specific enough about what they want. You see what I'm saying? And they
Right.
don't know what to be specific about. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all might get on these things, build you up a monster of an app, and you never once thought about cybersecurity, and now you're fucked. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you're in a deep can of foolishness because you didn't think about these type of things. But Spec Kit is going to help you really plan out these implementations. It's going to make sure it's asking you the right questions so it
Questions.
understands exactly what you want to build, and then it's also going to do that job of covering your blind spots when you have something like Spec Kit available to your agent. You see what I'm saying? You can
Facts.
go in there and simply ask, hey, use the spec kit skill to cover anything that I haven't done. Let's do a performance optimization. Let's do a cybersecurity run. Act as my Red Hat team. You can do
Right.
all of those things and it'll know how to plan out the sprints, which are just the work cycles. You see what I'm saying? It'll
Right.
plan out the sprints. It'll do all the validation testing. Again, I know that because a lot of us are still we're becoming more technical. Let me not even say we're non-technical. We're becoming more tech savvy in this moment. A lot of this is still new to us in terms of the terminology, but when you're a software engineer, these are
Right.
terms I hear all the
All the
time.
time. Right.
So
You
it
like a
benefits you.
translator.
Yeah,
You
and that's
you
what
you
Spec
you
Kit gives
like
you.
what's the name of one of them famous translators? Like you know how the
Damn.
Indians the conquistadors brought the Indian they brought they brought
They got me on my
De
Sacagawea.
Soto, yeah, and all of them. Like you, the translator, Lewis and Clark type shit.
Lewis and Clark
So
and
we in
them,
a yeah.
yeah.
This is a travel far, far, far away to what's the Star Trek shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, in a
We're
galaxy
in
far
land. Yeah,
away.
yeah, we in lands that are we discovering every day type thing. Like we're a new land. We're on a new planet, a new
Mm-hmm.
plane of existence where every day we're
Mm-hmm.
journeying and finding new treasures and whatnot. So we need a
Yep.
translator to break down where we going. He opens up doors by explaining things. Doors open up. The doors of your
Just by that
mind, the
alone.
doors of your imagination, the doors of your understanding. This right here is the master prompting guide for image and video generation. Thank me later.
Ew. He
Let me
going
let me
crazy,
pass
y'all.
around a tip jar. I need a tip
God, he
drill.
go.
Yeah,
God,
you know what I'm talking
he going
about. You
crazy.
know what I'm saying? I need a tip drill. You know what I mean? I can't twerk, so I need a tip drill. God damn it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? GitHub, the new P Hub. You see what
The
I'm
new
saying?
P hub. You
We
know
get
what I
some
mean? Yeah, it's time to
God,
put
damn,
that
it's
up.
get freaky
Perfect.
outside.
I need, yeah, I need, you know what I mean? Because I can't twerk. I need a tip drill.
Oh, I
What are we
can't
talking
twerk.
about?
I can type some work. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
It ain't no fair. Because if I was a twerker, I'll be on camera twerking. Like, we gonna get this GitHub money. Get to it.
Yeah, I'm on
This is
live with Red, bro.
this is the new hub, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new hub. This is the hub that's gonna get us somewhere. Facts. In June, every damn near every day. We not doing it once a week. Every day. This is a 30-day intensive. This is a 30-day marathon. This is FIFA, my niggas. We gonna be doing GitHub, Get Money. Me and HITSUYO, Aku, and special guests. We are going crazy on God,
Totally
on
going
Mary,
crazy. I promise. Oh, yo, Joseph and them.
on Joseph and them. So yeah, we
That
gonna go crazy because GitHub is a bank. Can you
and you
break
got to
down what
remember,
GitHub is
family,
again?
that open source is a key, valuable, just asset to you. The ability to get code and see what's already working, see what makes sense, understand and learn from these repos what the best practices are. You, yo, just being able to clone down a repo and get your agent inside there to just ask questions. We're not even talking about forking it, you know what I'm saying? Adding your own upgrades to it, da 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 da, boom, boom, boom. Just download some of these skills and ask the question, why does this even work? And you'll learn so much about the internal process of it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what gives you more leverage in terms of when you now go to say, all right, now that I really understand the internal workings of one of the skills that I use daily, one of the skills I love the most. Now I know how to go to that skill creator and make a skill that's going to give me that same quality. Now you don't have to be afraid to experiment because you've taken the time to understand at least some of that. You know what I'm saying? It does require a bit of a translator, but the language itself, once you understand these words and what they really break down to, again, ask your agents to explain it to you like you're five. Don't be ashamed of that. It's only you and the agent. The agent ain't judging.
Agent ain't judging. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Just change it up. You see what I'm saying? As long as you can understand the concept and how to apply it in real time, that's what gives you the value to be able to say, okay, now that I know that, my back end needs to look like this. My databases need to look like this instead of them just being words you're hearing because Lovable said it when it was making your website. Now you can start to get in there and say, okay, if I want to make a CRM, I got to get this, this, and that. If I want to do this, I have to have these parts and pieces. It's just
Right.
more leverage, the more language you have at your disposal. So take that time, get your agents in there, leverage that open source. Like I said, Amazon is up there, Google is up there, X is up there. Any of these platforms, they have their public facing GitHubs that they are willing to show you some of the code and some of the methodology that makes them the business, the company, the Fortune 500 entity that they are. Take that, study that, learn it, build it into your own systems. White label is what they call it, is when you take a proprietary system, take off all the extra brand naming and then use it in your shit. It's called white labeling. That's what GitHub gives you the opportunity to do with some advanced technology. So get to it, family.
Right. This right here is a master prompt, right? A master prompt. I don't. Before I even talk about that, what HITSUYO was just talking about, we're gonna have the link for everybody to sign up to GitHub or Get Money. Our Get Money workshop starts in June. The link will be available. We're gonna blast the link out first, and then we will have the link available tomorrow on the last day of the Imaginarium workshop. But for everybody who's signing up to the Imaginarium right now, that's either in the YouTube or either in this shop right, that's either in this class right now, you'll have access to that link when that link is ready and whatnot. I can't wait to do what we about to do because every day we are literally going to become smarter and wiser and more wealthier because this is all about learning. This is a rabbit hole, but this rabbit hole is filled with bags. This rabbit hole is filled with coins. This rabbit hole is filled with carrots. I promise you. When you go down this rabbit hole, you're going to be like, God damn it, this is an ATM, you know? So get money. We doing that get money, and we also gonna do some other things, but it's gonna start with that. All right. So this right here, the master prompting guide for image and video generation. It doesn't matter what model you use this across the border. As a matter of fact, you take this entire read right here, you highlight it, right, and you make this a skill, right? You feed this into Claude or you feed it into the AI and whatnot, and you have it break it down for you. Explain this to me like an eighth grader, right? They have some prompts right here that you can use for VO3, right? There's some prompts, there's formats, there's examples of what it looks like when it's formatted. Okay, here's the cheat sheet for all of them. Here's some advanced techniques, right? If you want to get into the advanced techniques, you could test yourself. This is how you get better by testing yourself. You sharpen your sword by testing yourself. Here's some there's some prompts right here, right? You have some prompts right here. that you could copy and paste and utilize. There are social media ads, there's narrative content, all of this, right? Here's a free Photoshop for you. This right here is the most important article I think that I'll be sharing tonight. How many people in the building, give me a response through the emoji, operate some form of small business? Y'all could unmute your mic for that too. And let me just, I want to hear it.
I do.
Okay. So Claude, this on a generational run and whatnot, basically just rolled out one of the best quote unquote add-ons to their generational run, one of their more powerful releases, and that's Claude for Small Business, right? So Claude for Small Business is something that I'm definitely I'm standing on it. I'm like, get that. You know what I mean? I'm heavily advising that you incorporate this into your business acumen, into what it is that you're doing and whatnot, into your practices, especially if you have a small business. This is intended on making the business easier, work smarter and not harder, right? So that's what that is. I'm gonna drop. Okay, I dropped that link. So
Do you recommend that for the standalone computer? What you just talked
um,
about, the Claude
I
mode?
recommend this for your computer.
Computer? Okay.
Yeah, for your home computer, the computer you've been working with.
Mm-hmm.
Claude is definitely more trusted
Oh,
and more reliable. It was built for businesses, is more business
Yo,
friendly.
Red, I'm about to
Yes,
dip out real quick, but it's been an
yes,
honor. I'm gonna be back
indeed.
tomorrow for the Imaginarium graduation. Definitely got to see the homies get they big one off. All right,
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.
no
Salute.
problem. It's
Yes,
been an
peace.
absolute honor, man. Y'all do good work out here. We got more to come, so just stay tuned. Just stay tuned, y'all.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. Yeah, I clap it up for the brother HITSUYO. You are cool. Like I said, he's the AI translator. He's going to
yeah.
make this thing he's going to make it more frictionless. Uh I try to bring as much facilitators as I can to make this thing as user friendly, understandable, and digestible as possible. Spin does a great job of that. The brother Tyreek Giant, he does a great job of that. Our good brother Malik, when he came through it with the app that he built, he did a great job of that. Justin Burns, the sister Vicky Hamilton, she does Dr. Vicky Hamilton, she does a great job of that. HITSUYO, he does a great job of that. H Factor, he does a great job of that. So there's a lot of people out there, and if I didn't say your name, I'm not being facetious. Pardon me, and I forgot it. Um, and if I do remember, Blue Pillar, he does a great job of that, breaking it down. There's a lot of people out there that's been putting in that work, and I see that y'all benefit from that as well because people are active. They get the information, and once it clicks, they get right to it. You know, very proactive, and I respect that. Yeah. So check this out. This is for your businesses. You could just copy and paste these prompts in there into Claude, and then you'll start building out your entire small business empire. All right, it's gonna help you with your QuickBooks and your finances, your sales and your CRM, right? Your content and your design through Canva, contracts and docs, right? Through DocuSign, Google Workspace, repeating workflows and the command tables, your daily workflow. It's giving you tips, troubleshooting, quick references, a customizable master prompt. Boom. Gemini, the Google Gemini complete guide, right? So this site just keep giving up. This is like an oil well. It's the site to keep on giving. Right? Let me drop that in there. Read this or run this through the AI. Learn this, but this right here is very essential. Um, get you started with Omni. It's giving you short YouTube Shorts content, brand video. I'm gonna be using this soon as I get off. I'm using all of these prompts. Let me take you over to before we get out of here. I don't want to talk about the Omni and we don't go and see it real quick. Let me just pull it up. I just wrote a random prompt just to test this thing out, but this is literally Google the new Omni, which is supposed to be a state of the art video generation tool coming out of the Google camp. It just came out this week. It's been making a lot of headlines. I haven't really been able to really rock it, but I'm gonna try it out. After this though, I definitely got to dip because there's work to be done. Tomorrow's class requires some more research and some more work. I look forward to seeing a lot of y'all in the building for that. You know what I mean? The way to get in there is to become our a member on SKOOL. You know what I mean? Lock in with us and you'll be able to get access. Okay. The link is inside of the YouTube chat, and I'll drop the link inside of the chat right here. All right, let's see.
Harlem. The coordinates are off by a century.
So I told it, put me in 1920s, Harlem, right? Black man is a time traveler. Drop me off in Harlem, NYC.
Harlem. The coordinates are off by a century.
That's fire.
Harlem. The coordinates are off by a century.
So I literally could build around this and start making a whole entire strip. You know what I mean? A little 4 minutes or something. It's all in the storytelling. So, sky's the limit. You know what I'm talking about? Sky's the limit. But we shall return. For the YouTube audience, if you want to experience this on a weekly basis, tap in with us over at SKOOL, Imaginarium at SKOOL. We have fun. We do things. We build things. We make things. And we create things. Be a part of the future. Tap in with us on a higher level for the 72 Clause Bootcamp. That's going to be inside of Houston, and we will also be over in Miami. Let me pull that up real quick before we get out of here, just so I can remind y'all. For everybody, for the Fear of a Black or More Messiah 10-year anniversary, that has been postponed due to the fact that Blue Pill, who's my ace boon coon, and he was there for the first one. He want to be a part of that, and I want him to be a part of it. You know what I mean? I should have included him in the beginning. So we are gonna be doing that in June on the 17th, I believe. So yeah, we did make that announcement yesterday, but that's been postponed to June. I think it's the not Father's Day, the weekend before that. It'll be on a Sunday, but it's posted on the Eventbrite. Okay. Let me go over here. Techno Bowl is coming up on Tuesday. Then after that, we are going to be in Miami. Money is a major issue. Okay. We're gonna be tapping in with brother Heru, with our good brother Original Black God. That is Friday, May the 29th.
Oh yeah, Red. Another thing in there that Google Oni.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I just showed.
yeah, I was just peeping it when you on the like you was on the desktop, right?
Yes.
When you go to settings, I don't know if you saw it yet. They got an avatar section where you can create your avatar.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I was trying to get it set up, but I think my lightning was off. It was real sensitive on setting it up, but it's something like similar, like when you first sign
Like
up on Sora,
Sora.
yeah, you say
Yeah.
move the face and now say the numbers, but yeah, I was gonna try to dive into it tonight myself.
Mm-hmm. Nah, please do. Test that out, cause we definitely gonna be using that moving forward. By the time we hit Miami, we should have that mastered, you know? We should have that mastered. So the 72 clause is the boot camp that we are having all across America. We're gonna be moving, grooving, vibing, and sliding, making things happen, tapping in from state to state. Tapping in with the local talent. This time we're gonna be in Miami on some like Tubbs and Crockett, and we're gonna be learning more so about AI content creation. Okay, we'll be building workflows, AI powered workflows. We'll be broadcasting, we'll be monetizing, we'll be building blueprints, we'll be connecting tools. These are for the creators that are ready to monetize their brand. These are for the entrepreneurs that are building the systems. These are for media builders that are expanding into broadcast and streaming. These are for the coaches, the consultants, and the educators that are scaling with no code tools. These are for the community organizers building tech forward infrastructure. All right. Our featured guest, Heru Ofori Atta, will be in the building offering life changing kinetic knowledge. This is his, if you want to get familiar with him, this is how he makes money with stocks. He takes you through a step by step approach, stock options explained, stock options in real time, Forex code crack. He gets busy with that. He's been demonstrating on the channel many times. He's a beast when it comes to this. So this is what he's willing to teach the people. This is the clause is an acronym for kinetic knowledge, land and legacy, autonomy and AGI, wealth and wisdom, sovereignty and spirituality. So he'll be teaching the wealth part. Okay. Um, this is the original Black God. Our second featured guest is original Black God, who's dominated the animated AI content creation industry, has taken the community by storm with his unique and highly entertaining and educational cinematic short films. All right. As we prepare to build a fully autonomous design studio and fully AI featured films to disrupt Hollywood propaganda, we will introduce multiple income stream opportunities and monetize IP strategies. Here's some examples of his groundbreaking work. So you could go and check out his work as well. This is all on Eventbrite, right? So we got the schedule overview, we got the tickets, we just left Miami. I mean, we just left North Carolina for the last clause. We shut that down. Next stop, Miami, Florida, land of the flowers. Okay. So, and then after that, we'll be in Houston. Let me see that real quick. Mm, 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 mm. Give me boom. 72 Claws, Houston. Houston, we have a solution. This is Pop Darby, Mansa Muhammad, Talik Heru, Spin City. All right. This one is one for the record books. Houston, we have a solution. Okay. 72 Claws, Kinetic Knowledge, Legacy and Land, Autonomy and AGI, Wealth and Wisdom, Sovereignty, Spirituality. All right. This is a live over the soldier training experience blending AI, automation, AGI thinking, land strategy, wealth building, cultural sovereignty, spiritual intelligence, and community infrastructure into one powerful weekend of activation. The acronym stands for Kinetic Knowledge, Legacy and Land, Autonomy and AGI, Wealth and Wisdom, Sovereignty and Spirituality. Featured guest Talik Heru, soul food vegan owner, chef, herbalist, and cultural health educator. Talik brings the living intelligence of food health, ancestral wellness, plant based discipline, and community nourishment into the Clause framework. Pop Darby, community organizer, culture strategist, action plan architect. Pop Darby brings strategy, organization, discipline, and real world execution energy to the boot camp. Mansa Isa Muhammad, developer, programmer, and technology builder. Mansa brings a hands on technical layer, software logic, AI tools, automation, coding, and digital infrastructure. What makes Clause Houston different? Most AI events gives you speeches. Clause Houston gives you systems. Most conferences gives you panels. Clause Houston gives you over the shoulder teaching. Most workshops give you theory. Clause Houston gives you live building, live demonstrations, interactive breakdowns, community dialogue, and practical application. This is for people who want to leave with tools, clarity, direction, and a stronger understanding of how to build in the next economy inside of the 72-hour boot camp. Across the 72-hour experience, participants will move through teaching, live demonstrations, guided exercises, implementation, discussion, and activation. You can expect interactive over the shoulder teaching, AI tool demonstrations, live workflow building, business model breakdowns, community building strategy, digital product development, ancestral intelligence frameworks, spiritual technology discussions, wealth building systems, health and food sovereignty insights, AGI and autonomy strategy, creator economy monetization, live Q&A and group dialogue, after hours networking, and activities. Cause we in Houston, so you know what that comes with. We got to be outside a little bit. But yeah, man. With that being said, let me go ahead and share that link, and then we are going to head out and take care of some things. We may be doing Saturday Night Live. I'll let you know. We'll keep you informed. Or we might pop up with the brothers out of Houston for the Claws event. Who knows? I'm playing it by ear. But for that part, I want to say thank you for everybody that was in the building with us today. It's been a wonderful time building with the family. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate everybody's attention and their quote unquote their contributions. You know what I'm saying? Adding on and whatnot. Salute. We'll see you tomorrow for that last class, and I look forward to it. All of my KTLians. Oh yeah, definitely go and look at that Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah. I uploaded part 1 and 2, and I uploaded a 5-hour one with Brother Rich. Both of them are from 2016. We are now in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 10-year, quote unquote, prophetic pill right there. That is a 10-year, um, that's a bookend. That's a way to really bookend 10 years. If you don't do anything tonight, please. That's why I don't want to saturate the thing. Is so much information on this channel. I don't want to oversaturate. Feed yourself. This is Memorial Weekend. You got time. That 5 hour lecture with Brother Rich from 2016 is called Hitler 2.0, Fear of a Black and More Messiah. We did that with Rich at his studio. And then I got another one from Nicholas in Brooklyn, part 1 and 2. The first one, 10/10, October the 10th, 2016, right before Trump got elected. And we called it out in that lecture. But that lecture is a bona fide classic. It literally feels like I could do that lecture today because a lot of that stuff has come back around. It has resurfaced, and it's basically come from, it's mutated. Carlos watched all four of them. You a legend. I got more to upload. Yeah, there was also one in Baltimore inside the church. So I uploaded four of them yesterday. So go ahead and just get familiar with the title Fear of a Black and More Messiah. I'm gonna be presenting a dissertation, if not tomorrow on YouTube, definitely Melanin Monday. I have a Fear of a Black and More Messiah dissertation that I'm putting together as we speak right now, putting an entire dissertation, and the shit is mind blowing. The amount of information is going into this. We talking 10 years. I got my PDFs and everything, so it's going up. With that being said, let me get up out of here. I want to say thank you. We definitely rocked out today. We had a great time. Yeah, thank you, and also that song, that video for Rich Auntie and Rich Uncle. We're gonna polish those up. We're gonna launch that. So peace, love, and light. Y'all stay dangerous, and yeah, let's tap in. Make sure y'all sign up to the SKOOL, Imaginarium SKOOL. That is very important. You know what I'm saying? Because that is going to bring, I don't want all of these 90 days to go into vain and y'all not able to take it into the next level and build and do something and get into these pods and make some equity really happen. But the only way that you really gonna successfully do that is through the SKOOL. So let's get it popping. All right.